on rounds for defensive side.
That's
so
the spot.
picking up a lot here on attack.
That's the
is
spot.
really going to benefit them. They need them.
Yeah, and interestingly, you know, something to note as far as the GENG attack is concerned is sort of their default tendencies. You know, I mentioned this previously.
There's no audio.
Definitely data on
There's
them,
no audio.
But maybe no time to go into that, Riv, because we are straight into the pistol right now.
He
And
got
we'll already
digged.
see a very fast
Okay, we're back.
in from GENG with the spike going down on the A side.
Envy with 3 coming into the site. GENG just plows right through that one. We're going to be seeing if they can retake here. FN Ness looking to come around from behind, as you would expect. The Cypher doing a bit of the lurk, but Envy takes him down. Crashies trades it out, but who gets the retribution? Trying to get the ghost. Getting a little greedy there for a few more guns. And he's going to get himself taken out, but it seems like it's just going to be a quick take on.
I'm not a fan of these little things above people's heads. It's very distracting when there's a lot of people in a site. I don't know if that's intended or it's supposed to be only for buy round, buy phase or whatever.
You want to see the underdogs doing a good job in how they start things off. And one thing, obviously, I mean, it's not as bad as it was. We did have a really crazy meta for a while when the Stinger was, you know, a bit less expensive, a bit more consistent.
This is going to be an easy round for GENG. The classics, they ain't going to lose the classics. No way.
It caused a lot of issues to stabilize after taking a pistol, but it seems like teams are doing a better job in playing these anti-ecos.
See, that, I don't like that. I don't like all that. Get rid of all that. Get rid of it. I can't see anything.
Set the expectation as to how they want to default and how they want to, you know, put presence on the map at this early timing in the round.
All right, where do they go from here? So spikes dropped. You can tell this is going to be a slow one for now. And I like the fact that they're hard.
Hopefully they remove it.
On this one, they really
I don't think it's a good idea to have it. You can have it during buy round, but not during the round.
People going bulldog sometimes if they're operators, and they carry that into the next few. But here, just a few specters.
Yeah,
Again,
this round's over. It's fine. It's an eco.
He's feeling like the retakes.
It's fine.
How they play these ones on the saves. And it's a slow walk in. It's GENG feeling comfortable in these first few as they should. Shouldn't have too much trouble.
Yeah, looking pretty good so far. Just one kill from there, going Envy's way. So GENG able to maintain most of their economy, and a nice little flank there from Sean. Haven't spoken too much about Sean just yet. Obviously, someone I think that, you know, his gameplay is going to force us to make him a talking point, I would imagine, given how, you know, skilled he is. But enough about that. We'll have the first buy round coming through, Riv, and previously I was mentioning about the defaults of GENG. We can expect, you know, more of a mid presence and you know, going into maybe C long pressure as well to like finish rounds around the A site. That might be something that we'll see that's characteristic, but GENG will likely also want to mix things up. So this is the round to start to set.
Who are you rooting for? I mean, this match, I want Envy to win in this match. Big brain. FNS. Rank 14. Wait, never mind.
They want to pull it again, trying to get that straight in. Paranoia stops Quinn in his
holy sh! He's just in there, dude. Oh my god.
For himself as Caboose answers as well, and the aggression seems to sting GENG a little bit this round.
The B plow on a, I like that actually. The B plow on a bonus, I like that.
As we take a look at the map, it looks like a great
ooh, food.
That's a double, that's a triple for food, and that's gonna be the round as Envy put themselves on the board.
Yeah, really well played there by GENG initially.
That was a bonus. I actually like that strat though.
When you look at it a bit
I like the
more
strat
closely,
of taking B on a bonus,
you know, giving up sort of some of that mid presence and that mid.
More often than not, you don't want to go B on this map.
Retakeable, so you're not as worried about that. And because there was no defaulting, there was no presence or work done by
now he's got his ult, dude.
GENG towards the A lobby side of things. We
ult
see
on a gun round.
There's so much space for food to get a very quick flank, and we saw how dangerous that was. His teammates couldn't help him. They were dealing with the retake from 2 other sides of their own. It's just chaos. So I would expect GENG to slow things down in some of the future rounds, but we're back into it. Looks like they want to go for some A lobby pressure to begin with. It actually looks like they are looking to send it on A, actually.
You have the Phoenix ultimate on defense.
Ooh, 2 ults.
After an amazing
please
round.
Please
really
use your ult on this round, Envy. It is so crucial to win this round.
They're going to work A again. It worked for them the first few
rounds. Don't save it.
I think they feel comfortable with the angle.
Use it this round, please.
The cover for Cypher's traps on the back are great. And it's a full retake here from Envy. They feel that once again. We'll see if they can use their util to get back in here. Full retakes, I feel like, have a little bit of a benefit to them. Yes, you have to work against the spike. That's the truth. But I feel like there's better return on your utility where you're going to fire towards the corner. There's more likely to be a person, and around that corner, it's going to be
so low.
And they lose a lot of that utility to get from Sova to get back into the site. It's almost imperative for a Haven A take.
That's one ult down.
Yeah, you're totally right. That was such a valuable pick and some great space. Now you can see that Envy really very concerned about this.
That's another ult down.
Takes them some extra time.
Yeah, not good.
GENG looking
just save,
good on the defense
just save.
so far. And Envy,
forget this round. You're not winning
looking
it.
to back away here. They've lost a lot. They haven't really gained much for it, and so they have to call it. The save is there, and looks like they should be able to get away with all of these rifles. And GENG, they've done a good job here. And,
crosshair placement.
This was all about the retake, just like you said.
9 out of 10.
Envy realized what was possible. They kind of set up
to be a 10, always.
They had the ability to have all of that utility early on. I think this is one point that we should make clear to people as well, is that when a team plays really fast into a site, if you as the defenders do just give it up and play retake, you have full utility at that point in the round. Nothing's been expended, so that usually will help massively on your chances for a retake.
Yeah, it's okay to take it slow. Just the added pressure feels good once you realize maybe they saw me, but now they have to worry about me. They know I'm here and my team has an advantage to maybe get around the backside. We're starting off Food and Win on the top for both of their teams. We've seen the ultimates already from them as everybody's coming up and has them on deck. We'll see if the alt orb plays are coming to be. It looks like there might be one here for the side of GENG as they make their way towards long. Two of them working towards long C. Looks like this is going to be the first time towards
I think he
the
wasted his
C-site
dash.
See how they play it.
Super fast round yet again. Really fast pacing coming from GENG. And this time, Envy with more of a defense, trying to actually hold on to the backside of the site, behind the cage, behind the dark cover. It's working out so far. Mummy able to hold on to position. Now they're able to maybe push position. There's no space for the spike to get planted. They have to fight their way out of this one. Mikhail is going to do just that, but not for too much longer.
Good hold.
And Crash, he's still on the site, and they'll be able to lock things down. So, really good defense from Envy. They were not giving up the side for free this time, and it worked out. Does GENG slow it down now? They've had really fast rounds. This would be maybe a timing on the next spy to go for a slower play.
I think it's a great call because you saw how fast you have Envy rotating around. Caboose gets there, blast packing over the trap at the backside of C that Cypher had set up, and wait for that. Why not? Look for them to be always pushing forward, and you can take them out here again. I mean, we know Envy for doing that, right? They don't really have a defensive side. They just have offense. If they have blast packs as well, you'll see them going forward.
Oh, no.
Here, it's going to be a little bit onto B. Sean gets spammed down, or Sean spams Mummy down, rather.
Why?
Grassy trades one back onto Hwin. It looks like B may be a touch-and-go thing here for GENG, as they just want to get the
I don't think it's going to work for GENG, dude.
These sites are open, and I'm sure GMD is making that call right now.
Oh.
Yeah, this is really interesting. I think that
if GENG goes back,
so far, using the drone to get that mid-round information.
This fight is so important.
Long position. Actually, I don't think they spotted anything, and there's that look you were talking about from GMD creeping up.
They don't know where they're going.
As well. And now it's going to be He's going to be able to get himself using the alt TP all the way.
I didn't expect it to go down that way.
In terms of a position,
they were so confused.
GENG have completely outplayed Envy because of that lurk from GMD. That really created a lot of issues, and we saw that GENG capitalized on some of that conditioning already. We saw, once again, that really fast pace. They were putting a lot of pressure towards B. So the sense of urgency is huge because you're expecting them to actually go for it. So that pulls a huge defender rotation, which allows GMD to creep up into C. Then you're wondering, okay, they're resetting, but what are they doing?
They need to get rid of this stuff above everyone's head. It's not.
They thought they were going to hit B, and then that gives the whole map for GENG to play with. So that's GENG's default and kind of attacking strategy. It's working out so far.
It's not ready yet. The system isn't ready yet.
Honestly, against Envy, when you know they're going to be aggressive, why not get them off their first angle or how hard they're pushing? Make them think a little bit different, because once they feel like they're in control, Envy will take over the game. So I love what you're saying. GENG's kind of trying to scatter Envy at the beginning of the round, and it's been working so far as we get around 7-4 to 2 here. Buys on both sides. And this is going to be a second round loss if it comes in for Envy. So they're going to look at 1,400.
They just need to make it bigger, or sorry, smaller.
They have now. So
they need to make it smaller, really, and then they need to make it so that
go to this one, maybe with light armor.
Have a smarter system, so when there's like 4 or
round. So
when there's 2,
to get tight with economy.
Let's say 3. When there's 3 or more, they don't show it because they don't want the
looking
overlap.
Forward to seeing what Envy will try to do to adjust. Some early presence, just farming that ult orb there.
It's gone.
Really important.
Let's
there
go.
for Sean, get the run it back.
Let's go.
Such a
It's gone.
valuable ultimate. One of the most valuable ultimates. A 6 charger as well, so you can get it up pretty quickly.
We can see again.
This A lobby control is really important because this is an area that Envy could be pushing because they're expecting so much mid and C presence early in their timings. It's important that GENG keep Envy honest and don't allow them to just push that for free, which they're doing a good job of so far. So right now,
that is so much easier to see what's going on. Oh my god!
Looks like more B pressure, but now they're finally walking A again. So really keeping things confusing as far as Envy are concerned.
Revealing area.
Slow play, just trying to get a quick reveal. Doesn't look like that'll tag anybody necessary. Sean's able to stay safe, and the A work is going to happen here. It's just about committing right now.
Little quick.
Food goes for a quick peek. 2 ults ready here for GENG if they want to activate right close to the site. If Spike is down, they have a huge advantage with the Hunter's Fury. And the first few shots have to count. There it is. They use it right away to cause the chaos. Both ultimates snapped at the same moment to cause MV to think twice, and it works. 5v3 here. It's a retake if they want it.
You have to credit GENG for playing a really good attacking side so far. Again, we saw them setting the default, setting the early timings of the round, where they're going to be. Then we saw them creating
another
this
save,
dude. Slow it
dude.
down just enough.
Another save.
Kind of scared because Envy want to push the extremities, but they
can't do anything else. They can't go for that. You can't go for a 3v5.
Slowing things down, so they're going to catch that, and so then they're keeping Envy in this position where they've lost information and they can't get it back, and without a huge risk. So, and then now they're playing, GENG just following up by playing the positional game super well, and they're winning on positioning. That's perfect if you're an attacking team because you're not relying on just mechanical fights.
Yeah.
And so now Envy, they've got to do something here. They've got to get aggressive to try to just.
Oh, they still lost their guns. Ouch.
And that's gonna put a hurting on the money. We did see one person over there on the side of Envy with quite a bit of cash. But you can see the Spectres coming out. We expected this to be a round that was gonna be hurting for money. Mame was saving up. Mame's usually a guy that'll buy a Bulldog, hold that forever. And Bulldog to Operator is something you'll see commonly. I love that combination. It feels like a very similar peaking pattern. Peak, get out, peak, get out. And the transition right there, if you need to drop to somebody or buy next round, just works out really well. You feel set up for it. He's going to try here from lower to see if that calibration is ready for himself.
I love this too. Just putting the Operator on a position like A short. Also with them, you can see he's playing an angle where you can TP out. There's obviously Jet can do the same thing.
No.
Reyna actually gets to kill and dismiss, and there's Caboose around the corner using the showstopper, trying to find ways.
They don't know this guy's
opping.
opping.
This sense of urgency for Envy to try to take control of something early on and just put the aggression on, and they're trying to do it around A lobby. This is the response. GENG realize that there's so many players that are going to push B. Great defensive shot coming through from Cratchy.
Oh, the Bucky!
Long enough.
Hide
The Bucky looking.
He got
some
spammed.
fun, and the Bucky's
not his
not
fault.
good enough this time. GMD to take him down, and it's looking rather grim here. GENG, they've got so much to work with. Just splitting off onto the C side, keeping
his health is so low.
And now it's
I think his health is literally 1.
Off the plant scenario for GENG.
Imagine if that's a Phantom and not a Spectre off of being forced into somewhat of a half eco round. It's, oh, that shot there. You just feel jaded by the gun when you see that large spark come off his head, but that still means he's low. Doesn't matter. Mame's going to overkill on that one with the Operator. And Caboose, he's going in. He's got a blast pack. Blast pack with the Bucky. He's feeling confident right now. You can absolutely make a play here. Maybe right into the window. A little bit of noise. Oh, the Trickster gets him.
Oh.
GMD goes down. Twin trades back onto Mummy, and it's just going to be a back
Don't
and
peek.
forth
Don't
here.
peek.
Taunt him out. Half defuse. Pros don't fake. Pros don't fake.
Nice.
Oh, he has to get off knowing the peaks are coming in from Win. Turns his head as Caboose tries to duck, but Win hits the brim of his cap and knocks it all off together. There it is, 6-2 now. I said that this was going to be a tough map for Envy, but also that GENG usually grabs most of the rounds on defense. So this one seems all but wrapped up if they play to their statistics.
Yeah, it's such a great attacking half. I can't really stress it enough. They're just doing such a good job controlling the information game. and then that allows them to win the positioning game. And then when they're making these moves on the fly, when these kills are getting traded, they're just making good decisions as a team. And we saw Envy trying to invest a lot on A lobby last round to get the initiative early working in their favor, but that didn't work out either. And so now they're kind of struggling to get the early Hunter's Fury there from Crashies. It's a great angle, able to punish, and we can see that there's a reaction from GENG trying to charge into the C.
They're in a good position to win this round.
Defend there as well, and now finally Envy
hopefully it stays that way.
These early exchanges, having to use an ultimate for it, but still 3 versus 5 for GENG, and they got to try to work the positions that they have here, Riv.
What an interesting round. Envy is staying on their own side.
Let's get a flawless round, please.
I've seen this before. That's working out for them, though. They're letting GENG come to them. One of the benefits of being on the defending side, and Envy definitely do a little bit of a paradigm shift here in how they consider the approach. A little damage over. No, Kusa doesn't take anything on that. He will have a good bit of utility. 45 seconds left. Feels like the world if you know what you're doing. He has a lot of time. One to the right, grabs a bit of info, but they just surround him from everywhere. 3 for Crash. He's there. Envy's starting to feel good as they pull back. You got to be careful around these rounds when everybody starts getting their ultimates ready. They start stringing those together between teammates from round to round. It starts to really change how the game is flowing.
Yeah, and I'm hoping to see that we'll see a play from Food here with a run it back, maybe some kind of a setup towards a lobby to try to once again take that early control. And actually it looks like he's gone back towards mid, which makes a lot of sense given the fact that GENG's defaults
they're just going 5A,
early timing,
quick,
heavy presence around the
judge with the dash,
and then they go back to A later on. But they're mixing things up a lot here on Envy, really keeping them guessing, charging towards the safe site, and Finesse sitting in the cage.
What the? He had daggers.
Was actually going to whip the right click, allowing FNS to survive for longer.
Push mid already.
They can't deal with this position. They're stuck right now. They can't gain
ground. Oh my god, they got owned, dude.
Very well.
Holy!
What?
Just like that. Open and shut.
That was just a read and a half. There were 3 mid to start, instant transfer over to A once nothing was seen, and the team collapsed. You saw Caboose into the window 5 seconds into the round, blowing up the Cypher gate on the back. You had the call into sight because all the action was there, and if it didn't happen right away, Caboose was... he was there on the end, being the Caboose, as he should be. Everybody you can see participating on the scoreboard there for Envy around the board.
They're doing a mid control.
This game back into their hands. And again,
it's going to be a brawl.
That little bit of a push, Dan.
Oh my god.
And there you go. It's going to work out beautifully well for Envy. You know that at these early timings of the round, it's
just owned them, dude.
GENG players. I'm liking that Envy have the confidence to make some plays.
So clean. They didn't even take any damage.
Coordinate around their,
it took no damage.
Utility to do so.
Yeah.
And GENG,
we saw none of it, by the way.
Spike is
That's okay.
Down in grass. It's in no man's land. There's no real way to recover that without hitting some crazy shots. Cruz is going to work on that, but he's only good for the one right now. And GMD, all he can really do here is do some extra damage to the economy of Envy, but he won't be able to accomplish that. Okay, and this is
they should be able to buy, but barely, right? Their money should be a little iffy.
Great job playing the information and position game.
What's their money?
Then
what's their cash money?
Having enough of that, using their confidence, and just tackling things.
That's a bit.
That's
definitely a barely buy.
And how is the last round played? 3 strong towards A here. Nothing on B this time. So it looks like they actually might gonna get a flash down curveball towards long C. Maybe a quick push down. You see a Cypher trap on the site in a few spots. It feels like a retake. And Spike's getting work for GENG towards that mid area. So it seems like it's just a slow default round for them. They won't
Back
decide
to the
push.
basics.
Yep. There's the Hunter's Fury.
Dude, they're going into B again? I hate this. But it's going to work.
Oh, dear. Able to get that one. Sean, great entry from him. The run it back popped immediately straight towards C link.
Maybe not.
Will get dropped, but there is control towards A link here for GENG. That's really important, getting extra post-spawn control here on the site. Trace coming through as Envy force the issue.
Ooh.
Looking to try to find a way onto that B side. It's not happening just yet. And again, they're having to deal with these forward positions. But Win here just waiting. White A-Link is just wasting so much time, and he's still alive. That's allowing so many individual fights to go the way of GENG here.
And they're just picking them apart. They're not. There's too many angles for Envy to look at here in these rounds that GENG starts to get a hold of. Into the site comes FNS and one more. That's food. They're going to be able to drop the 2. It's now a very big possibility they get this round. The defuse now to 90%, and that's the lock-in for a 6-6 first half.
That's why you don't go B.
What a great game we have right off the bat here.
B is deceiving. B is deceiving. It's very easy to walk in, but once you're in, it's a whole different game once you're inside.
In terms of the attacking side of GENG, yet still they struggle, and it's just because of GENG walking into this game with just quality, just confidence and quality. They've clearly done their work, and they've gotten off to a great start. And like you said, GENG on that defensive side, they've got a lot to say for themselves. So with a start like this, 6-6, it's nothing to be ashamed of.
Not at all. Not at all. We'll see if their defensive stats stand true here for GENG. They can grab their first map that they picked themselves. And coming from attacker side, this feels pretty good here. We start things off.
This ghost is sick. Look at the
see
skin.
Down towards long. He'll call that out, and it does look like there's a bit of a push already here for Hwin. Why not? Being the Jet, you want to try to cause chaos right away, and they'll see him, so he can create the pressure.
Yeah, you got to give this, buddy. You got to give. Run.
A little bit of pressure as the team sets up a little more utility. So drawing some nice time to stall out Envy to start here from Hwin's push.
No.
A lot of poking and prodding, sending out the feelers, but it looks like finally Envy looking to gain some more control here. GENG, though, moving straight forward into the fight. They do not care. They want to win it in Garage, but it's going to be even trades more or less. GENG are a man down in Crashies. Has found his way to the
Crashies, no!
Always giving his position away. That's an opportunity for Win. One that will not be seen through to the end.
He accidentally clicked his gun.
Envy, they're going to see it through to the end.
Or his mouse, rather.
Picking up the pistol just as GENG did in the first half, and it's going to be interesting to see a different look on this attacker default from Envy, because they don't play the same style that GENG do.
Nope. I mean, you saw them right in the site there. They're like, oh, gain more ground. That's what we want to do. Already pushing through, back a site, going to spawn from C. Yeah, they want to get in your face immediately. Obviously, buys for them. We'll see what GENG decides to do. We have seen teams going for the buy just with the way you can econ the first few rounds if you're feeling comfortable with possible
Justin's
light
on?
armor.
Let me get in Discord real
your
quick.
first gun buy, but they go straight eco, stack on C.
What's up, dude?
Straight into the action once again.
That's
Just charging down. Oh my god, that's scary. Everyone from GENG.
Did you just wake up, or did you have your hair appointment?
And well, that's a free A
No, I just woke up, dude.
You skipped it?
Yeah. No, I said it was a 3, doggy.
Right moving in a pack.
Shit.
Love to see that camera pulled back so they can get into sight as
we got a close game here.
The dart was used to get down
real close.
That gun in a death ball could be very useful. A bit of a rotation. You're still going to have Sova come from the other side so they can get an efficient dart down into the site when necessary. Shots getting fired here. Food cleans up too. 20 HP, finds a third one. His second 3K coming up quick in this match.
Knife him.
Just a troll from FNS as he's creeping up on Mikhail there. They get another round for themselves. 8-6 as Envy takes the lead and some expected rounds after pistol. And see if it happens here again. That was a full save for GENG, so they're coming out.
Did you hear the news? Tenz is on Sentinels.
Round of second half.
I know. I just saw it.
And it's a scary prospect too. Food's the guy picking up a lot of these anti-eco kills, and that's going to have his definitely just filling immediately against the first gun round of GENG on the defense. So GENG are in a somewhat of a scary position here. They know they're up against this bonus round. There's a lot of specters in play. There's a run it back in play, so they've got to keep themselves. You know, what do we think is most likely?
So the map format's a little different. It's each team picks a map, and then the third map is determined by the tournament organizer. They pick it. The TO picks third map.
Not messing around. There's the run it back. Great paranoia. That's going to deal with that, and it allows GMD to keep position.
Yeah. He got bought from C9. I didn't even know he was still on C9, to be honest. I thought he was already off.
Bro, they probably paid so much money for him. Oh my god.
Trying to figure out where the stragglers could be trying to come from here on the flank. You see going straight.
Probably a couple hundred thousand.
Envy gets positions covered everywhere. And GENG may be losing a little more control than they like here in the game. You know, Envy, the first seed, playing against the 8th, expected to do well this game. But looking at that, what 75% win rate?
Dude, Envy is just coming back so clean. GENG got 6 rounds. It was 6-2, I think.
Need to figure out what
and
the
just
is that Envy's
they can't find a round.
We saw aggression in the first half. Envy sat back to GENG's and it started to turn a bit. So maybe that's the plan.
Okay, it seems like he's ringing, actually. Sorry.
It's really scary as well when you're playing against
I don't know. Who cares?
bonus rounds, because if they do manage to get...
Yeah, I don't think anyone knows if he got... I don't think anyone knows if he's going to be a permanent player for Sentinels or he's just there to sub in. I don't think anyone really has the answer to that. I personally think he's filling. But who knows?
You can do, and it's...
Envy, dude. This is the team I want to win the whole thing.
Dude, they're clean rounds, man. It was 6-2 at one point, and they're just clean. Tack pause. GENG doesn't know what to do.
But other than that,
FNS has that massive brain.
Them having
Galaxy brain from FNS.
See what those win conditions will be as the round progresses, as maybe they find some early opportunities. But Envy, they are one of the most consistent and strong teams in the business, and it's because of the way that they play their attacking side as well as their defensive side. They don't try to take the gambles. They try to work the information and positioning just like GENG did so well in the first half.
Do you think esports contracts should be public like other sports?
Up and look at GENG's buy here.
Yeah,
they may choose
I think so.
A few more things. It's a little off, but protecting what these vandals will be. You can see they're putting them in the same site. That'll be vandal retake if that is necessary, and it'll be a pretty good one. As obviously he's gonna run out of the site now. Okay, Sean. Thanks, Sean. But yeah, maybe they just want to split up the power, get a first push out here, cover him to get some shots down. Mikhail's gonna be alone in the site as he works this.
Yeah, you can see that they were looking to make a play, GENG, that is, on the defense with a couple Vandals in that mid position. They had the ability to split with the garage players.
Dude, they're
but
just...
You can see Envy are keeping it safe. They're watching for these pushes. They're using the drone, the boom.
Envy's just clean.
All of their utility to keep everything as safe as possible to prevent their opponents from surprising them. It's up to GENG to be creative in a situation like this. And it's win to replace this position that maybe Envy feel like is clear, but we'll see how diligent they are. Win jumps around the corner looking for Caboose, but Caboose is just a little bit too far away.
I like it. I was kind of hoping they got a lot closer before, like, the Vandals surprise was, you know what I mean, shown. They haven't really shown that they do have those Vandals coming in for themselves here, but they are avoiding GENG in that buy very accordingly on the side of Envy. Now getting themselves into C site. Showstoppers there if any trouble comes of this round. So it looks like another round here for Envy, and this is that buy for GENG.
30 seconds left.
With 2 Vandals on some, and they're just trying to squeak out whatever rounds they can here. They know once Envy gets a stranglehold on the game, it's very hard to get back in.
Yeah, definitely. And it's one of those things, too, where we saw that GENG were calling the shots. They had that good start, and they were able to really capitalize on.
Why even try that, dude? It's not going to happen.
Conditioning the defense. And that's the same kind of situation that GENG are in now. Then they're in this position where
they're just cleaning up, man.
Way to take the initiative, take the game away from Envy's default.
I can't even.
8 straight right now. 8 straight.
It requires some element of fortune and some element.
I think they might just win out. They might just go to the very end here.
Just a great
take this map.
Individually. And in terms of the ult,
let's go 11 straight, Envy.
Caboose is sitting on a show.
I haven't watched the match, but
that's kind of a scary prospect.
Clearly, GENG has no answer, and that was on the other half too, right?
Which he will be playing for.
Well, it was 6-2 on the other half when they were T-side.
Then they started. They won the 4 to the half, 6-6, and they won the pistol and kept going.
Yeah, on like garage control.
This op might be the difference, though. Maybe. Maybe.
Crashy's plants. He also gets an ult on top of the showstopper.
Looking like he's going towards B.
And then they are really nicely set to just ground.
Might not have an effect here. Oh, that is just unfortunate. Choose to get caught in no man's land.
Playing with his food.
Nope, the op's gonna be very hard to retake here.
Yeah.
The op's not. They should have aggressed with it, in my opinion, but they need to change it up. They can't just play default.
Trying to watch window. GMD takes him down though, feeling comfortable, but now 10 HP.
Oh, they're pinching garage though. This should be good.
Before he makes a move, and Mame knows that is a very
they wait
low
for
window,
GMD waits for
but
the
he's
next
looking
kill.
the wrong way. Timing occurs, and Dan, this could be a possible retake for.
Oh my, that's. Oh my!
But Caboose not to overcommit. He's played it perfectly, and that's
that fell apart so quickly.
In fact, just one man left standing.
GMD had to kill
Oh my god!
It's going to be a tough
he was so low though.
I mean,
it just sucks.
These, of course, are professional players. They're going to use the clock against him. In fact, Food, he's found his timing. And
one ult.
Food is pretty nuts. That first entry rip, I mean, sometimes people talk about aim, right? And they're thinking about moving the mouse around. But it's the elements of focus and pre-aim and visualization there that allows Food to not have to move his crosshair.
Kusta got owned right there.
Yeah. He emerges onto the side.
He got tagged.
And
he got paranoid.
He's so fast, his reaction speed, because of how he understands how to like visualize and anticipate and use his experience. So didn't even have to move the mouse.
So good. Just like that hip fire, a little hip fire there. Oh, no, I don't want a curveball. I want the quick kill. I actually thought he threw the curveball at first, so I called that wrong. It just all happened so quick when that gate came up. Food being that fast.
And Envy's just doing a yield default.
Here, we do have that
and he's going to get this one. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have crashies with that solo alt now. Caboose.
So, like, when I said I think Genji should push, I don't mean solo walk down. I mean, do a coordinated...
Yeah, no, that's no good.
Do a coordinated push somewhere. Get a little aggressive to take A, a little aggressive to take C, do something. But they're just playing standard.
Right there, if Kusta pushed with GMD and baited him because he had a deagle, they get that trade.
Yeah.
They have every info that it's going garage for.
Nice use of ult.
Things like that
We got
They're definitely ready. They've played the pacing really well. We'll go back to that point in a moment because we can see that Genji are trying to
throw some challenges in.
Oh my god.
Very nice dodge from Win.
He got away for a second there.
Yeah, Horn's pugging though.
Control of this mid position. They're able to rotate quickly and they're looking to go for that C side. They understood exactly what Genji were doing, and so they know that the C side itself is open. Great play from Kusta though.
This is gonna come so massive though.
Kusta saved this round.
Able to hold onto backside. Key position.
We'll see.
He could.
He didn't win that fight though with the tripwire.
Oh.
Still finding a way
run it back, but he's fucked.
In the 1v1. It's going to be a tough one. But we'll see if he can do it. Oh,
yep.
No,
Caboose played it smart. Just waited.
Recognize that in time. I was just so hopeful for Sean, but it's not going to be enough, and it's just a clean sweep so far in this half.
It's going up.
Dude, 10 straight rounds.
That was well played by Genji, but it didn't matter.
Their money's so... Oh my god. It might be it. 11 straight. Done. New map. Next. Go next.
So 0 out of 6 and 3 out of 7. So not even on deck for Sean and Mikhail.
Jeez.
That
on the Blade Storm here. These ultimates.
This is one of those games that hurts a lot.
And it's a Envy with the Sova ultimate still. So if the plant starts to go down, there's a way to deter that on the side of Envy. Sorry, diffuse rather. And there's a way for Envy to just kind of play that safely.
How many matches are today?
Just 2.
Different pacing from Envy, and also just all walking up towards me.
I made a mistake, and
I don't think
was expecting to watch for 8 hours.
Genji,
oh my
word. Things
oh
fresh
my
as they take control of B. They're walking
what are you looking at, my guy?
He's
looking at the flank. If there was some action for Finesse, they're on short, but he does lose that position, so they'll settle on the B site. They've got close plant positioning. They're just on the site right now.
Oh.
I mean, they're hitting the shot script, so maybe it doesn't matter.
That's it.
11 straight. Go next. 11 straight. Wow, he broke that so quickly.
They're like, you know what? Let's just
oh my god.
13 to 6.
11 straight. Just owned, really. It's all right. We get to see the box next.
Vac box.
That's crazy. I just think that's a situation where Genji did not change at all what they were doing.
I mean, was it FNS's? I mean, FNS. Was it Envy's map pick?
I think so. I'm not sure. They messed.
Probably was just.
They messed
lost.
up the. They messed up the map picks that said Haven, Icebox, Haven. So I was very confused.
Hell yeah.
So I actually don't know who picked what. I was very lost. Okay, apparently that was Genji's. I literally didn't know what was going on in that map pick.
They got shut the fuck down then.
It's all right, we're gonna go to the box.
Bro, I'm not even kidding. When I got out of bed, I don't even have a shirt on. I didn't look myself in the mirror. Nothing. I got right out of bed and sat down on my PC and came into here.
Sounds like a normal day.
No.
I never look myself in the mirror.
I usually wake up before I come into work, you know.
To work. Good.
Place. So if that happens here on Icebox, this could be very, very tough. It's going to be GENG on defense to start there. I believe we're going to the analyst desk now, and we'll be back with more games in a bit. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to a break. I apologize. Get this earwax out of my ear, but we'll be right back. We're going to a break with more Valorant Masters here. Don't go anywhere.
Break time. I feel like everyone's super hyped for the next day. Like, while I think these are, you know, decent matches. I think tomorrow's the matches that everyone wants to see.
Envy, GENG, and then what's the other match?
Accent versus whatever that team name is. Wait, FaZe. Oh, it's FaZe. Dude,
yeah,
in the overlay it said FZC something. I was so confused. I didn't know who it was. I was like, "Who's FZ?"
Yeah, but these matches aren't that. You're still right. They're okay. They're not top tier though.
Yeah. I mean, this
they're
one
not what people want to watch.
Yeah, they're not bad though. Envy, FaZe, like okay, yeah.
Like now, everybody just wants to see Sentinels play.
No, oh man.
That's literally it. Like that's where the viewers are gonna come from. Oh, I see what you're saying. FZC.
Yeah, it's super confusing. Yeah, FZC. So they didn't have the logo before. So when I saw XST versus FZC, I was like, who the heck is any of that? But I feel like they could have, if they could squeeze Envy in, they should just write FaZe, no? Not FZC?
Oh yeah, I know. That's an overlay error.
Same with XST. Like just they just add one letter. Whatever.
Fine.
It's fine. It's okay. They'll figure it out. They've had some production issues.
Just hit up your production boys. You got contacts. Hit them up.
Yeah.
Hit up Valorant, dude. Be like, hey, yo. But
same with GENG. If they have Envy, 4 letters. Gen, just add a G.
Well, they gotta add a period too.
They don't need to.
They
don't need to, but yeah. The matches tomorrow, Sentinels is at 12, and then Sentinels Luminosity at 12, and then Immortals 100 Thieves at 2:30.
Ooh, those are good.
And
matches.
today is just gonna be these 2 matches, Envy and FaZe. I just didn't I was expecting 4 matches today, so I kind of messed up on my streaming quality. I decided, you know what? Since we're just watching streams, I'm gonna crank up my OBS settings because we're just watching streams. I'm not playing games. If I end up playing games today, I might have to restart my stream because it's not gonna be able to encode it. I don't think.
I mean, honestly, I'm kind of relieved. I can go get my hair did now. Because this should be a sweep right here.
Yeah,
2-0 over. Yeah, and then a quick.
Yeah, but
like,
it depends. Are they going to stick to scheduling? If Envy 2-0s GENG, are they going to stick to scheduling, or are they just going to make the next one? Because scheduling's 2:30 then.
2:30?
Yeah.
Okay, I hope they don't. In that case,
yeah. I don't think they would if it was to be a 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, they got right into it with Nerd Street, but this isn't Nerd Street.
Yeah, we'll see.
So it could not be immediate.
They might move it up, but they might move it up, but not so sudden.
They had no downtime on Nerd Street, though. I'd be surprised if they're the exact same. An absolute slaughter from an MV. I didn't catch it, but
yeah, GENG was looking so damn good, and then 6th round hit for them, and
start for Gen G,
Nothing.
but it was around round
Just
8
flat,
they
man.
woke
Just
up
flat.
The sleeping giants in Envy, and it was all Envy from that point on. They closed things out 13-6, going on an
Cool. So I'll be ready for
11
tomorrow.
round run, and we'll be talking about that in just a moment.
I'm
You didn't
excited.
even try to wake me up. I just realized.
Well, because I remember you saying that you weren't going to catch the beginning because you had to
No,
get
I
a
was
haircut.
You got it backwards.
I
wasn't
didn't
gonna
know
catch the
that.
end.
My
told you the time.
chat told me like call Justin. And I was like, yeah, but he's got a haircut. So what's the point?
3:15. 3:15.
Yeah, I thought it was 12.
If you look on Cloud9's Twitter, they explain it better about the tenz sentinels agreement.
Man, food is so good on the Fiend. Nice clean.
Well-prepared team in NA, in my opinion. They knew exactly what was happening. It's like they saw it.
Here's a question for you. Someone asked me this earlier. Do you think esports contracts should be public like other sports?
Kind of like
I already answered, so I'm curious what you're.
Not other sport. Not all sports are fucking public. But
Looking at that B site too, it seemed to be a pretty big problem for Gen G.
Yes, I want to say.
But more so on the
That's what I said.
defensive side. Potter, what
But
is it
I don't know
about this
why.
B site
Yes.
that makes it interesting compared to the other sites on the
I guess
Yeah,
yes.
you know, it's just inherently look. It's
I personally think a why yes. Why my answer is yes is because my personal opinion is I think it gives more powers to the players rather than the orgs. It being in secrecy will always have power to the orgs. And I think it kind of just evens out that playing field, having everything public. That's why I think it matters a lot to me.
Yeah.
Look, Envy, they know exactly what the game plan
The amount of bullshit I saw with orgs undercutting and you know, some overpaying, some under, like there was so much secrecy behind it. If you make it public, there's nothing to hide. Like everything's there. Let's make some deals.
Yeah, that's probably not what orgs want.
No,
but, I mean,
orgs probably wouldn't want it, but I think players should.
I mean, I know that C9 started to do that with contracts in CS:GO, but I don't know how many other orgs have done that. I don't think it's a bad idea. There's more room for negotiating.
Because if you want to play the retake style for Gen G, they tried to do it, but when you have players like Envy that started waking up, like
and it gives the people that are interested in that player more of a dollar value that everyone is aware of.
Yeah, it makes it. I feel like it makes it more legit.
Yeah, I would say it's way more yes than it's 100% yes. But I didn't know why at first, and then I had to think about it.
That's what we're here for. We're here to be excited.
And that's the scary thing about this matchup. Gen G with the retakes, they're going against
Because I feel like I'm always on players' sides over orgs, to be honest.
So, yeah, I agree with everything Vansili and Potter just said.
Taking a look at the scoreboard, we can see how things shaped up throughout the series as well. Again, we mentioned it, that incredible run back from Envy. After going down 6-2, they win 11 straight rounds. It felt like Gen G just didn't.
Whoa, this is cool.
After just a few rounds won in a row, it became
damage, headshot percentage, frag wins, objective wins.
It's a lot of numbers.
12.5k damage.
I'm not.
Compared to just 9.1 there.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm not sure what frag wins are, but that just means like winning without without the spike.
Going the way of a tie, so that would be spike placement going or defuses as well.
I wonder if it counts the bomb actually going off or defusing it. Probably.
Oh, interesting. I think once it's planted, then it'll determine that as an objective win. That's what I think. Even if kills happen after. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Look at all these stats. Whoa, hey, come on here.
3.4 kill to death ratio.
Food kind of popped off.
A little bit of egg on your face.
He's on the Fiend.
What happened?
I think it's, again, when NV were able to wake up, it made things very difficult.
But
their whole team. Look at their whole team's KDA.
So I was about to say, while I like seeing these stats, it's unfortunate to see sometimes because no matter what, the losing team is going to have worse stats. The winning team's going to have better stats. So
I also would like to see the full scoreboard there, to be honest.
What do you mean?
Like the full scoreboard of actual like numbers, like assists.
Oh, I see.
It's like the actual hold tab in game, or the end scoreboard at the. I would like to see that on top of that.
From his teammates to try to get him into the site. I think that's also the reason why he's playing Phoenix,
because they have a pretty in game. They have a pretty thorough breakdown of like how the rounds played out and stuff.
But the stats can show why they lost? No, stats will absolutely never show why they lost. No, that's not true.
That guy's shirt on the far left. Got birds on it. Also, I like his chain, wearing a turtleneck and a fat chain on the right belly.
Yeah.
How important Haven was going to be to Gen G if they plan to take the series. Now we're moving into much less.
I'm hearing a dog bark.
I hear it too.
Is that from the stream?
Yeah.
What the heck?
It's whoever's audio is capturing all theirs.
Okay. It's updated. It's not Haven Icebox Haven. So yeah, look, it's selected by Gen G, selected by Envy, and then selected by TO. So third map will always be selected by the TO. I don't know if it's random or what, but interesting.
I hate that Bind's in this. I hope they just 2-0 him. I hate watching Bind even.
It's messy. It's tight, claustrophobic. Like it's yeah.
It just reminded me after playing yesterday how much I dislike that map. But the rest of the maps they play well with the game. If I was on a squadron, that would be my permaban. Because I actually like Split.
Yeah, I like Split too. Squadron.
Because the 1-2 punch that these two were delivering was incredible. I mean, 3 for 2 in opening duels for Crashies. That means
each team bans one map, the other 3 maps are played. So then it's not really TO picks.
They've got to rely on Sean.
Why wouldn't they just... Why would they word it that way? If each team bans one map, then why would they word it as TO?
They have so many pseudo fakes, you're not even gonna know what's happening. Crashies with his L drone, he's gonna be the lead of a lot of confusion.
Makes it seem kind of deceiving.
I'm gonna be straight up. I still think this 2-0 is still gonna happen, Bot.
Big shout out to the Plat Chat boys because I remember playing.
Maybe I'm just dumb. I don't know.
They're shouting out to Plat Chat right now.
Maybe I'm
Iron
dumb.
Omega lol.
So I had to look at the matches. I was looking at what they were
doing. Do we have any irons in the chat? Any legitimate irons?
And for an agent composition that does not use
I don't think that's how they do it. Oh, that person just lied? Okay. I wonder, is there a website where I can actually see how they do map picks and bans? Because the format's always changing.
Apparently everyone's iron in your chat.
Oh, are you asking what people's ranks are? Everyone's what's everyone's ranks? Type your rank.
Type your rank in chat.
Well, you mentioned Phoenix. Phoenix brings the fire, and Envy brings the heat.
Yeah.
But
there's just a bunch of liars, though. They're anonymous. They could just be like, "Yeah, I'm." This guy said he's Immortal 3, dude. There isn't even Immortal 3 anymore. he's lying.
It is time for map 2. I'm super excited.
Jesus Christ, you have so many people in your chat.
To see what the min-max innovation has become for each team.
My chat arena was breaking.
Yeah, it's actually just pausing, going.
So maybe the 9th time's the charm, or the 10th if they can get 2 in a row. But we'll see if they have something new.
What about this thesis? Esports is going to see revenue in line with NBA in years. In the highest estimates, top esports pros are getting paid 30M a year less than top NBAs.org. Pick 5 esports and pay 2-3x rates now for best players and sponsors follow.
I could not imagine being iron.
I don't know what you just said, Red Grin. I don't understand what you just said.
Which I think it's been really interesting to see that develop.
Are you saying pick 5 esports games and pump money into them so that it pushes esports even further? Is that what I'm trying to understand?
where there'll be a dark cover planted in mid, and he'll drop an alarm bot in there. A lot of teams trying to solve this ground presence that can really cause a lot of problems on this map. And
dude, the Envy's got no Sage. They don't like that. That's not their comp.
See how that develops, and I think so we've got Sean
What'd you say?
on the Stage there.
Double duelist?
Yeah. You know what I don't see on Icebox, but I would like to see? I don't know how to explain this, but you know how you typically take a standard B with the smokes and you Sage wall or whatever? Like, I want to see smokes to the right and the left of tube, and I want to see people push to snowman and plant snowman side. I haven't seen that though.
What if someone has posted back there with an op? Those smokes that are not there might.
Well, the idea is you smoke in phases, right? You first throw smoke. You first throw a smoke to get set up to yellow and work closer, and then you throw the second smokes a little further to take deeper control.
That's gonna have to be coordinated pretty well.
I've never seen it. I don't know if it's good, but in my mind, it seems pretty good depending on who you're playing against. I'm thinking about playing against a team like 100 Thieves. They don't even play anywhere close. Steel is literally an orange, you know? They're playing full retake, so if you get a little further, playing full retake is a little harder. That's how I envision
Why
it.
do you think Viper isn't more highly picked in the NAPRO scene? Herkit, when used with high coordination,
it'd just be
seems
hard.
like it would be
You'd
super
have to get
strong.
that coordination. Are there leaves falling from the sky? You seen that?
Yeah.
What the hell's falling? Leaves? It's fucking. Isn't it winter?
So they're gonna get rid of the drone at least. That's gonna spot things. And now there's a choice for Envy.
Is it an icebox winter? Hello?
Gets dropped, or do they reset out of this? They don't have any presence around the map.
Oh my god, the Classic does no damage to that wall.
Just use 2 mags on it.
He's got 12 bullets in his gun. He can't even reload, dude.
Why not break it with your knife there?
I don't know. They all jumped over it anyway.
They've all gone onto the rope to make sure that happens.
Pagan moment.
It's not currently being watched, but they're not in a problem there since GENG's not coming around. Spike planted 5v5. Is this round has been a little weird to start as everybody was so close.
Full retake, man. 5 on 5.
With no flank, this is going to be pretty hard.
Yeah, it will be for sure. The cloudburst.
Are they just going to drop smokes and try to stick? Get to half? Oh.
It was missed time though. They weren't even on it. Fights all over. This is ugly from GENG. That is not pretty. So
they were on 2 different pages.
Yeah, they were.
Two of their players were thinking, let's push these guys. The other 3 were thinking, let's hold back and play the bomb.
So Envy also, the Killjoy had swarm grenades on the bomb, and she popped them. And then Hwin went up with her 2 cloudbursts, with Jet's 2 cloudbursts, and thought he was on the bomb or something, but he wasn't even on it still because of the grenades. And then the smokes went to waste, and then they decided to push as well. They were definitely on 2 different pages.
You just have to be hitting your shots because you have to hold the site with that composition. Retakes become impossible.
Yeah.
We missed the whole round, or
I guess, yeah. Well, they aggressed A, I'm guessing. Yeah, they all aggressed A, so we didn't miss too much.
T tours.
Yeah, T tours for sure.
The drone belong is often pretty important, and we may
everybody's question mark
just because it allows you to gain information as to whether
they all pushed A. I mean, they clearly just wanted to get that round over.
Are pretty huge.
They went through the A main choke point.
Spotting out some of those early positions, that's a big deal. And likewise, if there is nobody there and they're playing further back on the B site, then the defenders will actually hear that drone. So then they actually have to react to that. So there's just a lot of value out of that one piece of utility.
Envy's just keeping their bad guns.
Envy go
doing
for
something kind of quick through mid.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, here's that push Van Silly was commenting on. If they try to get themselves
he's in kitchen waiting.
It will be
watch Sage.
First.
Watch Sage.
And it is kind of
watch Sage.
Play. You usually see Phoenix
or don't.
No, they do. Sorry.
Maps. Okay, Sean coming up with 2 vandals right there as he just throws the wall up, making it seem like it was safe to play. But having that internal sight of A to run around as a Phoenix with so many corners and create pressure is so nice with the run it back. So can definitely see its return on investment.
It's like he didn't expect it.
To the Icebox map.
Yeah, he definitely. Look at his gun. You see his gun up there?
Oh my god, what the heck?
All the way back there.
How are you supposed to get that?
I don't know. You probably can jump F it.
Yeah.
Played very often. I don't imagine we'll see it maybe more than one more time possibly on this side, because it's very easy to deal with that if you are expecting it. You can just jiggle it and not get caught by that. But again, the element of surprise is pretty huge.
I don't know what their play was with Envy. I guess
40 seconds to go.
Based on what was going to happen in kitchen, they would make a play.
Yeah,
will go down.
I think so.
Plants here for them to work with.
They did not do anything.
Off of the
insta shutdown
itself. This is going to be tough. You can see Genji using the numbers here, trying to coordinate everything. They know they don't have to rush this. It's down to Mummy getting a couple on the entry, and there is a beautiful paranoia. That's going to deal with him. Great.
They stayed close with their bad guns, so I kind of like it.
Huge flank from Crashies.
Yeah, they just got flashed.
This is a big play.
He's not going to be able to see it. He's not going to be able to see it. See, well, he could have. I mean, he could have won the round. Well, no, he could have tried, but I think it would have been a waste. Winning a 1v3 with an ult is.
What these rounds are?
It's just not gonna happen.
There's no way they knew he's flanked though. I mean, he could have tried from like mid, deeper.
Start here from Sean was so
but it still wasn't planted for him, so I don't think he wins the round anyways.
No.
So I think you weighed out the options of it being a waste, like you said.
Stuff alone, and right there, three's a crowd as they work their way in.
Hiko literally did. Yeah, that's because the other team threw, though. Yeah, that's a different situation, and the other team threw. Like, come on. We're talking about that situation right there. There's no way he could have won that with his ult. Nobody could have.
Just wasn't the right positioning and everything.
All new sponsors looking at esports post-pandemic.
Sean won in fights at Kitch.
If he goes for another
oh my.
Caboose, you gotta win that, my guy.
Word. Gets it anyway. Just, you love to see the confidence.
In the repeat, they're so quick too. I love that you mentioned it. Just super confident. And that's what you need here against.
That's a pretty good damage.
I should have killed him, honestly.
The left click isn't going to be enough, but Crashy's is pretty hurt right now, as it's only going to be a few shots.
4v2.
Coming up big.
He doesn't even need to go for more, but he's going for more. I love it.
He's ready for Crashy's to be close with good comms from the team. A third one possibly.
I really like that knife.
Better of him. And lockdown.
Oh, you're a little ahead of me. Ooh.
Sorry, that was kind of nice though.
Okay, my stream buffered like 8 times, so.
Easier in the 2v1.
At the F5?
This is really scary too, because Finesse, he's super.
Well, F5?
All F5 too, same time.
Together on A. It's a pretty big rotation time. Do they try to play in the middle and retake together? So lots of different ways you can approach this.
Does he win these?
No way. They're both staying A.
And just force them to move.
I mean, it's good to stay together, but shoot.
He's gone for this B play though. He has the lock.
He's gonna go all the way around.
He's gonna pop that immediately.
Oh, he put that a little bit early, but he couldn't have known that they weren't near.
Full rotation on the flank. And that's kind of the purpose.
He's doing for the long con as well.
And he's got swarm on it, so if they do tap, he could swarm initially.
This is a better situation to clutch.
I wish he planted for himself.
So remember, the spikes to his left. He's relying on a bit of the utility and GMG.
It's not really a good plant for what he was trying to do.
Did they even tap it yet?
See a little around the world from the solo.
No.
Okay, then he didn't need to peek. He should have hidden that left corner.
But he needed to work up, because if he couldn't play it, he couldn't play the chance of it, because if they did decide to stick there, he had to be further ahead.
I think you would. Well, he had grenades, like you said, right?
He had one.
You could delay it at least a little bit to get closer.
Because you can wallbang this, spam this box, and where he planted it, he's created a spot where he's very far away, so you can't close the distance on him. So if he creates
I think what I thought he was gonna do is knife out, run into tube, go kitchen, go bridge, swarm, be above them in the bridge. That's what I thought he was going to do, but...
Are they going to try to deal with
yeah, I don't know if he had time for that. I think he wanted to wallbang him or something.
He did, but that's so... That's such a gamble.
Crashies feeling good there. They quickly try to get the orb down and get out.
I think he overthought it a little bit.
Play for Sean has just been easy one. They keep walking into him, and it's not even
in all his duels.
Oh, value.
Oh my God, yes, value. And he gets a kill off that tag. Kusta winning fights everywhere, dude. Now Envy is in a really bad spot. No way Crashy wins this, right? Okay, maybe.
Here's another shot, and he knows
2 bullets.
He just has to find the other, knowing they may be working together. That's the find. He knows both are just on the backside of A, but he's got to do the small peeks here. holding an angle, waiting, sees one.
Genji's playing it well.
This is
Kinda.
tight, Dan.
Definitely playing it well now.
Oh, get a little tappy there, Crashies. Get the 1 and the 2.
Those 2 bullets for so long. I was just.
Genji played it really well and safe with that res. Like, that's crazy.
He's one of those players, you watch him and you think it's possible. It doesn't really matter what the situation is. It's always exciting. But GENG, what a great defense on that A site. You know, they did a great job in slowing down the push. They didn't have to play retake because they were able to slow things down enough with the utility. They could play just at the back of the site. And then when Sean gets there and the isols start hitting the ground, they're never going to lose back sight unless Envy just win the fight straight up. Yeah. So now Envy are in a position where they're going to have to change the game up a little bit. They are on a save buy, and they've got that one Guardian. That's some firepower. And it looks like they're going for that B play.
Saw that. I saw him sneak that in there. We'll see what they can do here. That is, he is going to bring that in with the run it back. So maybe
full
he
B
just
committal.
goes firing
Oh.
through.
Almost just puked in my mouth. Daisy?
Slow play for now. They can hear him over in B, so a slight bit of rotation is going to start happening as they're close up here.
Smokes out, going for the plant, tappies, and they fall off because of the swarm grenades.
But they're at yellow. Sean with
Oh
the
my
transfer.
God.
Beautifully done. Almost
Oh my
takes out
God.
as well as he gets
They're just
through
fighting
from
through it. They just go through the
GMD.
smoke all together. How did
GMD
GMD get
is
2
just
there?
striking true right now.
Holy.
His
So
win takes it to the air,
high.
takes down Caboose, but he's not the last
FNS
one
just
this
stuck on A.
time.
He's like, what happened,
That's
team?
FNS trying to hold
Talk
the
to
right
me.
side, gain intel and info as the team was going ham on B. And he's now got to deal with Blade Storm as well as 2 other intel grabbers here to get into the site and defeat this 3v1.
I like how they just decided, you know what? We're just going to run through these smokes and fight them.
It's definitely.
And they did just that, and it was beautiful.
Like a lot of teams that
Trades were
run
perf.
Killjoy lurk. There's a lot that you can really do with that. Again, I have to give shout outs to 100 Thieves. Steel's one of my favorite people to watch in terms of how you play that role.
This is the Envy map pick, right? Yeah.
And how you lurk with it, and how you use the utility, and how you play off of your team, so that you give opportunities to your team with your lurk. If they run into
They're
problems,
playing for this,
maybe
Genji.
you're able to get a lot of
They're playing
information.
for it.
They create pressure, which allows you to have free position. It's a great relationship.
That's going on
you can
too.
see that Finesse is by himself towards A at the moment, and there's early presence here from Envy towards
They know.
B long.
Oh.
He might just want to take this position, but
Oh.
it's gonna be rather difficult.
Booty.
When it's there, the trade
Trade
pass
back.
from
Oh,
Mummy.
hey.
Good stuff from Envy so far. Pressuring GMD.
Bro, what?
All the way to spawn. He's gonna stay
Okay,
alive,
that was
but
like the
are they
riskiest
gonna
play
be
I've
able to
ever
find a way?
seen.
He could have got out of there way easier than that.
Looks like
Like
Envy gonna
a
have
regular
the site.
teleport behind
Yeah.
yellow.
He could have gotten out of there
Again,
easier.
Not too much to be able to retake. Maybe the openness of B helps that Genji squad with
Jeez,
the
man.
Sentinel or the Initiator utility from Sova. The fact that you can get a few smokes out to make your own angles, but other than that, they don't have nades to throw around and stuff. So if it does go to A, maybe a little bit better favored here if they can play some off angles, but it's the scatter. Envy's done a great job of just pulling Genji off original angles. And,
He saw him.
it was
That drone at that
imperative
point
he
was
sees
useless.
that
Like,
somebody and finding a little
He's
bit of info
definitely
this
did
deep
see
in the
him.
round, because I feel like Genji was up the river without a paddle, not knowing where Envy is. Plant in A, Dan. Let's see what they got.
Yeah, just again that
Lots of
Killjoy lurk
ults on the
creates
Envy
opportunity
side.
for a huge rotation.
They're just gonna be playing
and
back.
to play
Amen.
off of this A site. Oh, a Killjoy lockdown coming through from Kusta.
I think this flank from Caboose is gonna be the round.
bad
here.
comms, Caboose, and
That's going to be
Crashies.
taken out of the equation. So there's two ults, another fight. There's
But I think
Genji
Caboose is
It was.
still
It
gonna
was.
win the round.
The point was for Caboose to flank silently, but I don't think he needed to. I think they keep that ult, let Caboose flank, break it, and now they're confused. Save the ults for the post.
Oh.
I didn't like that. I think that was a bad.
A bad Hunter's Fury.
Yeah. They had the flank. The flank could break it. Save the Hunter's Fury for the tap. That's how you win that round for sure.
Because Caboose was already securing the round, and if he dies, then you save it for you save it for the bomb defusal.
And yeah,
Damn.
Mummy coming up
Little
big
bit of a
here.
They just
Top
played
there.
it backwards.
The team through.
It was still like a kind of a
Thank you very much.
good idea. Like they had an idea and they executed it, which was fine, but it was just the wrong
Sorry,
one.
GMD, not Mummy. I apologize. And then he gets another one.
At least
on
they did it
FNS,
together.
And they make it.
FNS wasn't even in a
5-2
spot to stop
here as we
that
come
bomb
into the
plant or
eighth
bomb
round. Remember the
defuse
first
anyways
map to
too.
Envy.
He was on the
And
far
what
right.
did
That
it- he
sucks
came to
honestly,
conclusion
because
they
they
won, like,
definitely have
13,
full
something like
control of that
13 in a row,
round.
Dan, as we saw at the end there.
11
I
or
think that
something like
ult
that. Yeah,
11 or
literally
something
threw
in a
it.
row, so it can happen again.
It certainly
Oof,
can.
we're getting early picks too.
Envy
Through mid, double pick.
looking to go for that B-long presence once again, get control here. We saw that work
Okay,
out. for him
Kusta
last
did not
time.
need to do that,
Looking a
but
little bit more
whatever.
committed. However,
at all. That
so
was
while
kind of
GENG,
tough.
you see GMD is just standing in the middle of the site. He's got support from Win as well with that operator. So not too much to be done there for MV. They have to reset out, and you can see Mikhail is waiting for that. However, I don't know that they're wise.
Is it just me or do Valorant games take so much less time than games like CS and Rainbow Six? No,
Shots.
Valorant games take about the same time.
Jesus.
Maybe a little shorter sometimes, but if you get a very close game in Valorant, it's going to be the same as a very close game in CS. And it just depends. There's so many variables.
Right, so
are you playing till the very last 10 seconds?
6-2, Mike.
GENG. I mean, it's
this is when it all went downhill for GENG. So
1900 going into the bank for a loss.
See if it happens again.
For the comeback.
Right. You're not sitting.
It's going to 11 straight.
These rounds here could start to just fold on each other in favor of GENG. If this one again goes down for NV as a loss, we'll see here. Round 9 is what we're hitting, and B seems to be the flavor here for NV right now.
Yep, and it's a great choice, and I like this response coming in from GENG, just trying
and
to
they're
push down
aggressing
that tube
double
into
tube
mid,
right now.
getting a little bit aggressive. This early timing, NV play heavy, as you said, to be long. That means
To
they're
be
giving up
massive.
other parts of the map, and GENG are trying to exploit that.
Oh, yeah.
Relying on Kusta here to be able to get a kill. Just
It's gonna be
delay,
massive.
Hold on, buy time for his teammates to get a flank, to set up position, and that's exactly what Kusta has to do. Takes down the running back as well as the kill. He's done his job. Now can his team follow up with the rest?
A great
Oh no, the alarm bot goes off. They know it's a flank now. Wow.
Easily getting that, figuring out who
Oh, so close.
Gets one ping, but the boost stands tall in the middle of the site to take down the round. Still good spam. Sean.
Dude,
That's what I'm saying, man. If you take, if you have your strat revolved around pushing further than that, that bullshit doesn't happen.
Pretty easy one, but
Yeah.
I
that's
don't
just
like
so
it. I don't
annoying.
like that kind of defaulty play.
40
God,
seconds
that
left on this
spam on
round.
the box is
FNS
unreal, actually.
loves to play the clock, and
That's
that's
unreal
exactly
that that's like a
what he's going
legitimate
to have to do
strategy.
here. One digital molly
Just wall
up
banging a
as a
box for
column.
a common
And he's
default
waiting
plan
20
spot.
seconds on that turret for a little bit of HP here, or for a little bit of help, I should say.
Looks like that wasn't audible to Sean there. He's on.
That's why I want to see teams go further than that and then control deeper.
Does he shoot him right away is the question.
Oh, the timing. The timing doesn't work out. So sad for Finesse, but not sad for GENG. And I just want to be, there is something we have to, there's an elephant in the room here with GENG, in that they can get these leads against great teams. We've seen them do it against like all of the greatest teams.
Yes.
But the question is, can they close the leads? Because oftentimes they do.
That's so
They
annoying.
are unable to close. So I'm really hoping
Yeah.
that this is going to be something against.
You got to realize that you don't have a Sage. You can't default plant.
Pull up the pass. Lower
And for some
semifinals
reason, these
versus 100
teams
Thieves.
aren't realizing that
Two
still. I don't know.
first half, that went
Kinda weird.
30 plus rounds, right? Things you have to close out.
Nice.
You have to keep control.
Oh
Very
my.
nice.
Like they may
The
be
aggression is
doing
working
that right
everywhere.
7-2.
Oh, they have a
And
really good
open
mix
up
of
this
aggression
round
and then passive
huge.
plays
It's
on
gonna be the
GENG.
Spectre, the low econ,
And they're
so
winning all the
They didn't
fights,
do that
too.
on the last map, though.
They'll take it.
Unfortunately, last map they just kind of
Very happy with it. We
did.
should
They
see
stayed.
it
They
coming
stayed
up
the
with
same. They
maybe
never
a short
changed it
buy.
up.
Why is his
Full
knife
save
so
here,
small?
Might just be light
You
armor.
see
We'll
that?
have to find out,
Yes,
though.
the new-
But off
it's the new
bat,
knife.
Gen
I know, but
G,
why is it so
we talked
small? It
about
looks
last
smaller
map,
than
Dan.
normal.
Push up a little bit, grab the info.
Like, am
This
I
time they're
tripping?
getting even more with it.
Yeah, I think Envy being somewhat
maybe.
reasonable here, especially not having
That-
the
that
Maybe
foot-
Yeah.
maybe Sage
tiny.
maybe Sage has big hands.
from getting wallbanged
Maybe.
around the the tube area. It does make things a little bit easier to predict, especially as you could.
It literally looked like a.
be long presence really
I don't
well.
even know,
So
it
we're gonna
looked
see Envy
tiny.
mixing that up to try to scrape together these last couple
Oh,
of rounds. Sean
wait,
has
Sean got
crept into a
spotted.
Really forward position. Oh, Molly's
Yep.
just gonna spot that in
He's
time.
dead.
That's a huge pickup.
The solo
And
play,
Envy
okay,
will
see,
work
like,
from this. Finesse
I
lurking
get
in
that
mid
you're up
still as his
8-2,
team
but I
crushes
just don't
the
like
A
that play
site.
at all.
And Finesse can
No
play a
support,
really
nothing.
luck if he wants
I know
to
you're
here.
trying to sneak
It's gonna
there
be
and
the
get some
case, though,
cheeky
that he
stuff
has been
going,
spotted
but
now, I believe, so
you got
his
spotted, you
lurk's not
died,
gonna
and
come
now
into
you're
play
just a
as
man
much as-
down.
In fact,
GMD's
gonna
pushed
just
through
take it
B.
down,
Oh my
so,
god.
a good chance here for GENG on the retake with that flank presence.
What an impressive change.
No
in
way they win
mentality
this round
from map
still.
1 to 2. You can see the confidence exuding from GENG here.
They're
Pushing
so
up more.
aggressive.
Being
Oh,
the
get
first
out
to
of there,
take the
dude.
1v1s and not waiting. They're making me eat crow for saying this team's going to have a hard time retaking with just the
Gotta
wide
push.
and find utility. All the
He's gonna
shots
play to
they're
die.
taking, it's not really mattering what they're bringing to
Oh.
the table otherwise.
Hey.
Aim in. Oh, just the side peaks as they're both tiptoeing
Just
around
barely
the
gets
side.
out.
GMD and the rest of the
I thought he
team
was gonna play to die,
comes up with
honestly.
the Blade Storm as Kusta is the one to finalize it on to Mummy. And just like that, Envy is wiped from the site. And 9 rounds are over to GENG.
Yeah, very tough retake to stop there from GENG. There was no counter to the Killjoy lockdown that got planted. So at that point, you're just really feeling, if you're Envy, you're really feeling that sense of we're so far behind. We don't have any ults to counter this.
God, he was so close to getting detained there. Holy.
We don't have the options. So that's just
we're going 3 maps or what's going on here?
9-2. This is what you wanted to see if you're a GENG.
So this is to go to lowers, right?
Close series
This is
and,
the upper bracket.
Getting more Valorant, which I think that kind of applies to everybody.
Standing up,
this
bro.
is definitely what you want to see.
No, I'm
Fine is the
cold.
last map if we do find ourselves
Gotta
there.
put on a
so
sweater,
that'll be
but
a lot of
it's
fun,
kind of
but
hard.
until we get there, we'll have to see if Envy do find some form of recovery here as they really switch up the focus back to A.
And it's been since that first gun round. GENG's just like, yeah, give us the Vandals, give us the Phantoms, and we'll win every round out of this first half.
Got it.
I mean, they're pointing for the fences. Can they get it here with this last one? Just about a minute left in the round. Lots of
looking
time.
for a cheek gang.
Everybody's setting up in a different position
just
here
hiding.
if they were seen before or out of those default shock spots. You see a good movement there as they push up into safety. Everybody, it's the play to not lose round, and GMD finds the first one, takes a bit of damage himself as the team is nicely set up here on the A site. And they don't have too much of rotation yet. I like the fact that they still have Jet over in B to cover anything.
Sean is wrapping around 410.
Oh my
dude!
Play from him.
How is he allowed to do this? Envy, hello?
Forward position from Envy. They are struggling now to get their way back in.
He's going for more. This guy's feeling it. Battle Sage up.
Something to work off of, and they're gonna
Congrats on the ZG Tiger Shroud. Hey, thanks.
looking to get this control the A site, but GENG, they don't want to give this up, and there's
Ooh.
not
GENG has
them to have to worry
full
about.
control,
They can play
dude.
off each other. You see some
Look at him.
This might be a
Another
third
guy
map.
that
Go
bridge.
next.
That if Envy
Yeah.
are to try to force
Full
the issue
control.
here, I mean, food.
Okay.
Cleared him. Owned. See, that's the difference. Right
They
there.
lost. Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't think he would be able to pick it up like that. Actually, that was sick.
Yep,
They lost anyway, but
10-2 as GENG against the clock, but it seems like
Wish we would have seen that from Food's perspective, to be honest.
Dan, it just seems like a bunch of master plans being foiled each round. You're like, no way Food did that. Now they have it. He jumps off, cliffhanger leaps, grabs the spike, gets the sight, 4 seconds left to plant, and it's like GENG had it planned all along. The dive right in, take out the last 2. Movie ends, credits roll. Now, not yet, but what a half here coming in from GENG.
I mean,
Can they continue it is the question.
9-3 half?
Happen on the attacking side now, as Envy has a
I
chance
don't
to put
know.
up that
No,
defense.
10-2. I mean, not even 9-3. Oh God, this might be. Yeah, this is go next.
So many times
yeah, it's a hard go next. Let's see Bind, baby, our favorite map.
With the pistol, and obviously there's so few rounds to work with. Envy
No,
can't
please.
afford to put a foot wrong. There's a lot to talk about if we do see Envy get this pistol and stabilize, and there's a lot to say about the way that GENG are going to play their attacking side. But until we get there, it's going to be this what looks like a heavy commit towards this A site. There are some options that are being left open by GENG. They have GMD on the back there, and it does seem like they're maybe actually rotating the spike out. You can see that Sean is also there with him, looking for any flanking players from N.
Kind of looks like the next match will start on time.
Pressure, so it looks like
If this does go to the third. About 40 minutes of map.
One of my favorite turrets to throw up there. That or the other side wall for defensive Killjoy, where the Owl drone was looking just now. Good coverage to start the site. A bit of utility used quite early there. Doesn't seem like too much.
Oh my.
Win. Wait a minute. Still alive.
That's pretty
he put
funny.
himself in the front
Hello.
of 3 people. Does not
They're pushing
deserve
through.
that, but he goes up with a kill. Beautifully
Absolute.
played. And now the rest of the team
Wow.
loading as they
I don't even know what happened. Honestly,
I-
lost all the fights.
What a dance they
The-
did
yeah.
there. Dead to Rights comes up with
Pretty
one
much.
for himself.
You got 3 in the end there.
Is being the one causing all the chaos this game. It very much an Envy style of play that they're bringing right to him.
They made a mistake peeking when they were in that when they were on that bomb box side or whatever. They should have just played tight
the underdog in this series
together. They both double swung and then they just got dropped.
There's been a lot of big leads against teams that they have sort of given
And they're
up,
buying.
and that seems to be something
Envy's
that plays
thinking
into. We're
go
able to see
next
them
as
get
well.
over that hump in this series. what it says in the greater scheme of things is that they're going to be ready to, they're going to be poised to win against Envy. They're going to that third map, and we'll see if they can get.
Is there friendly fire in Masters? No, it's the same game.
Again, they are slowing things down. They start off
And
that
Genji's
initial
just
A
playing it
pressure.
smart, dude. They're
Can't
just
shoot
gonna
your
hold. They
teammates.
want to secure the map.
Any pushes coming from B long, any pushes coming from mid, and they're actually rotating out as well. Last round, they did this and they went back to A.
Ooh, they
This
got a
time,
bad
they're
feeling
actually
about the
gonna
other side.
commit
They can
towards B,
smell
but
Envy on it.
I think all
And they're
that
just gonna
stepping
fall
is gonna
off
be
and go B.
by Envy. By
Unless
Fnatic.
so.
I like the choice though, right? Because it's an eco
That's just
round,
calling
and
it
you have to
though. I
figure
think he heard
what
something
Envy's gonna try to do
with that
on
drone.
I don't think they know they have a ton of Buckies on hard angles over at A, but they've seemed to have made the right decision, as it could be the B hit right now.
Makes a lot of sense too. They do have that.
If you aren't a
also,
pro,
which is
don't talk
really
shit in
useful
chat,
the
thanks.
post-pass to protect that spike.
There's like a handful of pros probably in here.
Just like Kusa's gonna-
You telling everybody to not talk?
You.
Come on.
That fight
Let him
was
speak.
Not pretty. Wow.
You know?
They might not have to play
Just
a
clean.
post-spawn. There isn't gonna be a post-spawn, really.
Just
GG
go next.
accidentally
Just tried to
killed
commit everything
Caboose in
in
the
to try to
back.
stop the spike from going down. That was their moment. Doesn't work out. And now the Envy. This would be a hell of a comeback, Riv, if they were able to pull this one off.
You know what? Don't
This
put it
is
past
definitely
them.
a go
Love to
next
see that hope
situation,
in there, but it seems
lads.
unlikely right now. Gen G is demanding a lot of respect coming in here as the 8th seed to put up such a strong showing on the second map on Envy's pick, right? It kind of seems like, hey, thanks for picking the map is the way this series has gone so far, with Envy winning Gen G's pick and now the other way around. See how they start.
You think this round's over? You think it's just a 13-2?
Time left as it just started. And Envy
I think so.
With how aggressive Envy is with their poopy guns right now, yes. Oh, that was a good arrow, but a great dash. Better dash, honestly.
Walk all over you.
Man.
This is perfect. The
Nice
push
fight
up is
win there.
exactly what they
Sean
needed
actually
early,
whiffed,
but
which is
grab
crazy.
pressure created, and you make Gen G play a little sweaty.
Yeah, this is great. You know, they know that so far Gen G has been playing that early pressure around A. They're just like, you know what, we're not going to let you
Better
just
call
run a
to go
default.
B,
We're gonna just
anyways,
take the fight
especially
right
after
there
seeing
and then.
that.
They pick it up, as you
They don't
say,
have real
and
guns,
now they're
so
ready to get. Well, they're giving up
like
the
a
B
longer
side
range
for
duel.
the retake. They have the 5 versus 4. Still
Oh, the lineup.
Oh, we just saw him over yellow.
But it was a fake on the spike plant there.
Come on, bro.
Don't want to get caught by that util, and in fact, it's going to be Mikael with the shock dart to take down Finesse. So with that said, it's a 4 versus 4, but the spike has to go down. That means that Gen G, they have to move forward. They have to start the action.
He had a drone, man. The time he could have used it right then and there. He would have been able to tag him, and they would have spammed him.
They get the spams through, though. Not
Yep.
many places you can hide in that situation.
Come on, peoples.
Damn. Up there for a moment
And it's
he
over.
goes down.
Oh.
Crashies with a beautiful shot. Shocked out.
There it
Be a
is.
kill just outside, and Crashies. It's not
There it
gonna
is.
matter. He finds the shot. On
Continue.
the win.
What?
They keep
Yeah,
the second
I was
map
like, what? Yeah,
No.
that's still going.
No.
But it's still almost a nightmare.
It's like, you
Oh,
think Envy won?
no,
or-
I was hoping that it was going to be over,
They are trying to
but
get all the resources
not.
they can in the right spots, and we'll see this one more time.
Crashies with the Red Bull clutch, dude. This dude is.
I actually thought he was about
Look
to
at
drop
that,
him right
just
there.
That fadeaway share shot. Right, that was so insane.
Little
That
Spectre in the face. Let's
in
go
that
next.
fashion. They played it
Red
so
Bull's
well at the start. They got the
sponsorship, that's
advantages.
great.
They did
I love me some
everything
Red Bull.
right, but they still needed a 1v2
I
share.
deserve one for this co-casting.
That kind of a shot for Crashies to win it. That does not bode well.
I had
for
Red Bull in a while.
We'll have to see whether they're going to be able
Decent
to
drink.
stabilize here and make things look a little bit
I
better.
like the
Tropical
tropical.
one.
Yeah,
Again, it's
tropical
Win
is
the
nice.
Masters.
And you don't
Yep,
know if it's
Tropical
the default
is
from Gen
the
G at
best
this point.
by
They've just
far.
got 3 players here. They're
Who do you think will
just
win
pressuring
Masters?
the entire team.
Um,
And maybe now they can figure it out. But
I don't
it could also
know.
be a fake rip. There's so many things that could be happening here.
Yeah, spikes drop. Good eye on that.
In my opinion,
Really
100
just
Thieves looks
wonder how
the
much
best,
utility you
but
can get
that's
out
of course
this
my
round if you're
opinion.
Gen G. You lost a
Got
few
out
members.
by the skin of his
The,
teeth.
Faze
lockdown
is like
there.
their
Now
aim's
the
nice,
spike has been
but
picked up.
Wynn's about to get crazy with his judge.
Unfortunate for it to
Check
go
it.
down in such a spot there with a
aim
lockdown,
is
He's about to
but
get
now
aim's hard to be
crazy.
consistent.
Boiled on this round.
Brain is a little easier to be consistent. I'm not saying they have no brain. I'm just
Ooh,
saying they
I
are
like that.
very good aimers. And if their aim's a little off,
He's so
Who knows?
upset they're not pushing yet.
So that
He's
is
so
a very
mad.
close danger that Envy has to deal with. Just on the rope, it's gonna be enough to crash his hands back. Quick shot towards the post. Oh, what a transfer!
Yo, look up, look down, look up.
To play every angle
I mean, it worked.
possible.
You got some dinks.
But yeah,
on
I
it.
think 100
Still,
Thieves.
Is still
My bet's on them.
alive.
Quinn was
Oh
so
my
mad
God.
that
They're
they
good
weren't pushing
players.
it yet, but they weren't
That's so
forcing
insane.
it because
Caboose,
there's no
he's
bomb
just,
plant.
painting a picture, a beautiful picture there with that where he's moving his
My
mouse.
word.
That's just crazy. Just the level of stress I had just watching, just win sitting.
What I like about FaZe is
just like almost tearing my hair out for
FaZe has some really solid players.
So shocking, but
and what I like about them is that
they're walking on a razor's edge, Envy, but they're doing it. And they'll make it look.
Now, GENG, what you're gonna want to do is not choke this one.
You're
gonna want to close it out.
This is the danger point for GENG. This is
because if you don't, you'll go down in history here, and not in a good way.
Let me ask Justin really quick. Justin, who do you think will win? If you had to pick one person.
Envy.
No, the whole thing. This whole Masters.
And Envy can start building their economy. Obviously,
that's who I want. Well, I mean, that's who I want and think will win. So it's a little bit of both. It's kind of an emotional pick, if I'm being honest.
That's fair.
More so than a rational one.
Advantage. They're gonna start feeling more confident.
I think 100 Thieves.
I was gonna say 100 Thieves
like a percentage meter
as well. It's kind of like neck and neck for me, but I like Envy more because I love finesse.
They have a few ults up right
now. Finesse is great.
But that's like a bias, emotional thing, you know.
Almost coming up, so the way they can be capitalized on round to round is how Envy could stay in this game.
Oh, food! Come on, get you had to get him earlier.
Yeah, cost his teammate his life.
And it looks like one more round will.
A lot of people were expecting a 100 Thieves Envy final.
GMD
could happen.
Make it work with the sheriff here in sight by himself. It's 3v2 right now, and they got the work cut out for him. His food has.
I mean, I know a lot of people are going to be saying they want Sentinels to win, though, but that's a little bit of bias.
Yeah, that was
pretty
chaotic. That looked a little bit scary for a moment there for Envy.
Sentinels is Uno Mas in the rankings, but also they have tenz, so that's like a little bit of a different factor that people are attracted to.
GENG have been this A pressure, and I'm wondering if what they're doing that so they can kind of condition.
Yeah, I think. I don't know how that whole Sentinel thing is going to go. I think it's going to be really rough for them.
Something to watch out for, like an early round timing.
In my opinion, I think it's going to be a rough tournament for them.
It may not be the case.
Tenz just has to go hammy.
They can continue to set expectations.
But who knows?
As to what they're doing with this A presence, and that seems to be a similar.
We got a lot of games
and where they're placing their
to watch.
Play to get the intel and flank out. Getting the flank for getting a Killjoy's turret always feels bad for.
I don't think. I mean, I just don't know if anybody's gonna win anything. It's basically asking me.
It's a guess
because it's literally just a coin flip with all these teams.
Yeah,
honestly.
Like I think a big thing is people forget that NA is not consistent. None of these teams in Masters are consistent. They're not. There's no clear best.
Moving up now from
it's kind of like a fan favorite kind of thing. So it is. If you're saying who do you think will win, you're coin flipping all 8 teams. You really are.
It's just a bias for me. Like I would like to see Envy win it all. That's pretty much what I think.
This is really difficult too because, as you mentioned, there's a lot of ultimates at play here, and GENG. Yeah, indeed. The lockdown comes through. Like, what is GENG's response here?
That's so annoying.
They don't have too much in the way of ultimates here.
Oh, look at they're pushing. Not the default spot, like you said.
Yeah, but this team has.
Oh no,
just team killed too. Yeah, but they wanted to do something different. Just shot.
And 3 versus 3 here.
Shot in the head.
Very doable retake. They have a Hunter's
Fury
of their own as well. There comes the tap to put the pressure
what in the world?
Oh, it worked.
He had his flank, so I guess it did work.
A lot of work to do, a lot on his shoulders right now to save the map.
Yeah, I want to see that more on Icebox. I want to see more teams push further than play back yellow. So that was cool to see.
So like if you don't clear kitchen though, it's so risky. Because he can just kill you from the bridge above if you plant there.
Well, not where they planted, but yeah, it depends on where you plant, of course. They planted inside the tube.
Like I don't even think they had kitchen control.
No.
I'm pretty sure Kusta was just in mid, and he was like in that mid connector to A or B. I mean,
you have to kind of know your team and know where they play, where they rotate to. And if you could tell they're not really players who stay in kitchen, then it would work. And if they do play in kitchen, then you might need to just be aware of it or have somebody on a flank or something.
Yeah, just knowing the pace. I mean, they had Kusta mid, which was like late, which saved that Jet's life in the end, but he just wasn't in kitchen, so I don't know. Got to know how fast your team moves and stuff. God, look at DDK. He's beautiful. Just a beautiful man.
We're going behind. But yeah, I think the idea of pushing further is actually trying to maintain that control and take kitchen from them aggressively. You can clear it out with so much utility. You can go up the rope where you would normally get spammed because your smokes, in theory, should cover you. It's just something, just something I want to see. It's definitely something you could practice and do in scrims and see if it's useful.
Could work. Yeah.
See if it's useful.
On the odds of this map, and just historically that they're just so solid on both sides. So many top teams have troubles dealing with it.
Both of these guys' eyes are extremely blue.
To seeing what GENG can do off of such
Look
a
at how it's the backdrop for sure on the guy on the right. He's wearing blue suspenders, blue background, and look at his eyes. His eyes are so blue.
GENG, so pretty similar
blue
in that sense.
In.
I mean, it's the original.
Or piercings
right?
in. This is
like
crazy. He's so blued out of his mind.
Bind again. It feels good whenever you're playing it. But looking at those stats, it has been a very big increase for Envy. Just about 15-16% on the defensive win rate from Challengers 1 to Challengers 2. They've done that on a few maps, and that's seeing their aggression come into play. GENG seem to be able to snuff it out, and we'll find out in map 3 who can take that first victory. We're going to be taking a quick break, but don't go anywhere. There's more Valorant Masters coming up right after the break.
What we got here? We got cooling gel and secret lab pillows. Yes. Backrest recline, multi-tilt mechanism, class 4 hydraulics, ADC number 12, aluminum something, 5-year extended warranty, Secret Lab 2020 series. Invest in comfort.
Apply now at redbullcampusclutch.com.
Verizon believes everyone deserves the best. That's why we start with 5G from America's most.
Shoot, we got Verizon on the mix.
5G is next level.
Then give families plans to mix and match, so you only pay for what you need, starting at $35.
Yo.
So much more than this, a great network.
And offer the
What's
best
up?
entertainment on select unlimited plans like Disney Plus, Hulu,
Yo.
Discovery Plus with a Galaxy S21 plus 5G when you buy one. There's no reason to settle for less than the best. Only from Verizon.
We're going to bind.
Cold, man.
Oh, boy. I'm kind of excited to see FaZe play. What I was saying about FaZe is their aim kind of carries them. But like when they're on, they're dangerous, dude.
I mean, Baby Bay
they're dangerous when they're on.
Baby Bay, when he's actually killing people, which is pretty often, he's leading the scoreboard with like 25 to 30 kills at the end of a match normally. He has high impact as Jet. But also, it could just not be a day for him to frag, you know, and he could just fall flat. You don't frag every day.
Overwatch players know about strategy too, not just aimers. I mean, nobody said that. Nobody said that. If you had no strats, you're not going to be able to. If you're not on the same page as the team, you're not going to be able to do anything.
At least I'm here with my friend.
Of course, they're on the same page.
Don't know, Wald? All
what?
Right,
What's
cool. Up? Hell yeah, friend.
What'd you say?
Never mind, man.
Okay, dude.
I don't even want to talk. You just don't even listen to me.
Oh, right. That's fine.
Just fucking dono walled.
You know, Potter, I gotta say, I think your dog had a bit of a precog moment, almost like a Lassie-esque moment.
Was Veli in CS? I don't think he was. He wasn't a caster yet. Back in the day, back in the old days.
I'm not sure.
Because all three of these people on the left have CS casting experience and analytical work. But I don't know if Veli ever was involved in the CS scene as a caster or analyst.
Yeah, I'm unsure.
I know he did R6. Veli.
Oh, really?
Did R6 a little bit, yeah.
Oh. How what's like the average kind of R6 time for a match? Like 30 minutes?
No.
20?
Because they don't play. Well, you probably are thinking of ranked.
No, I'm thinking of like a comp like match.
I mean, it could take an hour potentially. It depends on the overtime and stuff. If it's, are you talking about one match or are you talking about
one match? Yeah, one map.
Yeah, it could be like 45 minutes to like an hour. I would say.
What if it's a clean, you know, clean sweep?
A clean sweep of like what?
Whatever, 5-0 or whatever the heck. I actually don't know what the score is.
It could be like 20 minutes and 25
It sounds
minutes.
like all of these kind of games, like CS, Rainbow Six, and Valorant, they all have kind of similar times.
Yeah, round times are similar.
Yeah, because if you play Valorant to the very end and a super close game, it's gonna be a 45-minute match. If you go into OT, you're going 50 to an hour. Or it could be 25 minutes if it's just a 13-0.
It just depends. Well, because there's more rounds in CSGO. A lot more. Well, CSGO has the most rounds potential, and then it's Valorant, and then it's R6. R6's rounds are the longest, though.
Yeah.
So it kind of all evens out.
It does.
You know?
It does even out.
Yeah, there's just one thing I want to add on top of that, Bach. It was pretty crazy. I love the way GENG played, and they played.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure there's a tournament going on for R6 today too. It's like a streamer tournament that Dark Zero put together.
And because they were just snowballing all over Envy, he had the money to do it. They cannot go to B.
Why are you guys saying Rust? The drops are done. There's no drops in Rust. It's done.
So it was like Envy never really had a real chance at this because GENG was that much better.
You mentioned the team play. We'll take a look as well to see how the teams stacked up against each other instead of just focusing specifically on the individual players. This looks very similar to the last map. Not quite the same. 13 rounds, obviously, for GENG.
I'm gonna check something really quick. Oh, I forgot to roll ads. Do I have time? Yeah, I do.
Bulk of the damage. Headshot percentage is a little bit lower for both teams. Frag wins higher for GENG, but higher for Envy as well in comparison to what GENG had on map 1 and their loss. But the objective wins. It was clear that Envy was struggling in that category. Vincent, was that part of the problem as well, like struggling to maintain site control or even get back in? I know looking at round 9 specifically, they had a very tough B take as they were trying to get that spike down. What happened?
Well, that's what I'm saying. When you don't have food that's able to do the curveball to push into the site,
Bro, I like how
players to still try to target from long range. And what
in your chat, the word, I found this out yesterday, but the word Rust is banned.
Yeah, because people are annoying, and now Rust is the drops are done, but they're still going. So I have to keep it banned for a while. I'll probably have to keep it banned for like a whole month, and then I could open it back up.
From how good the defense was for GENG and not allowing Envy to move in, I think they played this perfectly with the composition that they had on the defense for the GENG side.
Speaking of that composition as well, Potter, are you concerned potentially?
Why do people want that game so much?
Because they want the drops. They just want the drops.
Bro, oh my god, look at your chat. Whoopsie.
I think that's one of the great things about having about Envy, right?
Not gonna lie, I didn't expect that.
Leader like FNS, they kind of have the luxury to be able to play around with whatever their strengths are. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do pivot a little bit about this
I don't get it though. Like, why do people want that
Dude,
so bad?
It actually doesn't sound like there was much of a buyout for the whole tenz sentinels
Wait,
Cloud9.
why are you saying that? Why are you saying that?
Well, it just says to comply with the rule, sentinels have acquired all rights. So it just tenz wanted to play, he wanted to sub in, but he couldn't because he was on Cloud9. So Cloud9 probably worked with him and sentinels, and maybe there was a little bit of an exchange in money, but I doubt it was too severe because like tenz wasn't playing for Cloud9 anyway.
Yeah, but he's a valuable asset.
He is.
To their
He
brand,
is for sure.
So...
For sure. So I'm sure there was a buyout, but I don't think it was because of the rush. Because of the rush, I don't think it was that big of a deal. Like that was a quick turnaround. This thing wasn't planned. This was like 1.5 days to be like, I want to sub in. So yeah.
Well, either way, it'll be cool to watch them play with him. I don't know if it'll go well, but we'll find out, I guess.
They have a 3-man setup on B that's just absolutely dangerous. They get Food and Crashies together all around this map, actually. And this is really where you're going to see Food and Crashy shine as a duo since back at their T1 days. So, coming into this map, I want to see GENG continue to play as a team as long as win is...
Yo, Shroud, swap out LaCroix for Sprindrift. You'll thank me later.
Sprindrift
has a 37% attack win rate on this map, so they haven't been that strong on the attack with the compositions that they've tried things out. And what changed the most was Mikael.
But Spindrift is juice. I don't want juice.
I think Envy still has this.
Well, we do have the caster standing by. We'll see if
I want.
Envy's going to end up taking this third final map and forcing it to a 2-1 victory for their side. Let's take a look.
I mean, I'm welcome to try it, I guess. Spindrift. I'll try it, but it seems like it's made with fruit, which is weird.
What are you feeling about how things might start off?
It's tough, man. It's definitely tough.
What is Spindrift? It sounds like it's got fruit, but it's not sweetened, so that makes me very confused. I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. It's sparkling water with fruit juice instead of artificial flavoring.
And they are a team that likes to control the entire map when it comes to actually playing their offense as well. So they're very difficult to read.
All right, I'll order.
Shoot, I might only be able to catch this BO3, my guy.
Yeah, and then you gotta go.
I gotta go, yeah. Ooh, you know what I'm gonna bring you on my way back?
What's that?
I'll drop by. I'm gonna bring you a pair. Are you excited for that?
No.
All right, well, you'll be enjoying a pear.
I don't want the pear.
You will be eating it.
I'm being honest.
I know you don't want it, but you're gonna get it.
They're going to need to show new things to be able to take this one against Envy. There has to be something new because what they've been doing on paper shouldn't work out.
Yeah,
same exact comps. No, Sage for Phoenix. Gotcha. I like GENG's lineup more.
Matchups. And GENG obviously putting up such a great showing already. I think there were 2 or 3 fraggers on Icebox with 15 frags last game for GENG. So they were feeling it. Everybody participating in this. It wasn't just somebody carrying. And that's what you love to see.
One thing we didn't mention actually as well is that we're seeing that win is on Sage, and so you know there is a universe as well where we would maybe have seen Sky instead of Sova for Mikael as well. So there's definitely some things that have been happening. So in terms of
the triple walk,
what do you think?
Really curious with the
what do you think's gonna happen here?
What exactly?
I think Envy's gonna wipe them. No, it might be a close game, but I think Envy's gonna take this map.
Short A here, and you can see them. They're not going too deep just yet. There's 3 of them, but they want to make sure that they don't get.
They're stuck at that trip, dude.
And they know it's going to be B, and they've got position. Everyone knows what's going on right now, Rick.
Yeah, the retake.
And they're all going to TP.
Envy getting the slight push up, and then the teleport in as Kusta's just waiting there near Spices, and he's able to take one down. So now Envy realizes we were behind them, but now we're being pinched on defense, so we got to get back to our own side. I like the push up here coming in as well, though, from Envy.
Damn, they're set up.
The caboose could make a big impact on this round if they decide to come back over.
Surprised they didn't decide to
if nothing goes down here. A lot of
Like,
patience here.
they gotta
Probably
know
gonna
that
be
they're
hitting
chilling
that
on B.
25-second.
Surprised they didn't TP.
Yeah,
Or
I
aren't
thought
thinking
they
about it.
yeah, I thought they were going to, but they're just gonna
right now, and I think
keep it simple, take it.
And they're moving into that play. The ball's gonna go up
Which
for
is not working out
for elbow.
at all. Bad idea for them.
The double, which
They get
really
even
things
trades, but
not in the best of places.
Wow.
Because the spike needs to be planted.
Nade the
There's not
inside,
much
nade the
time to
inside.
go down. It's gonna have to be
Oh.
planted in the tube. That's gonna
Oh.
force Caboose to drop
Oh.
paint shots.
Aw.
That is,
Oh, he messed up the room B.
Oh, Caboose.
Wow, Mikhail actually like came in clutch though with that. He's just like, I'm gonna save my boy right now.
Because I think they knew that Envy knew exactly what they were doing, and they had no time, and still they managed to find their way out of that difficult position.
Hey, it's a perfect call, right? As soon as
They
Envy
walk
pushes
away
up,
with the round
and
on
they kinda
GENG,
saw that
but I
nobody
didn't
was
think
for
they were gonna win
shower.
that.
Okay, GENG's all over at B. How do we work this? And honestly, they work some magic.
Envy was
to
set up
make
for it.
that
They even had the
happen.
triple flank,
We'll
like you
see
said,
where
but they
the
got
calls
stopped by
are
the
going
wire.
around. Mikhail coming up 3 of 7 already in a nice round.
And then
for
they
him. This
TP'd
Food
and lost one,
always
which wasn't very
making
good,
sure he
but
can rush to those orbs. We'll see if he gets himself another one. They do focus the shower orb right away. It looks like Caboose tried to grab that. He could have gotten out with it, but they did fire back. Kusta heard that just on the last moment of trying to get the orb. Spikes down though for GENG right now, so all of this is just a util grab. Patience to see what the eco round from Envy will bring.
And you can see that Envy are actually gamble stacking towards B. They don't really have info right now, but they're making some guesses. And it might be because they figured out that there was Kusta playing the A side of the map, which again, characteristic of GENG's attack. Kusta's going to be the lurk by himself. So that's going to telegraph quite a lot. And so Envy are right with this stack. However,
oh, that's so annoying.
Possibly here, depending on how well this entry goes, and it is some trays off the bat, but they have to back.
Ooh, they got fucking 3 more here though.
They may
Eesh.
have to reset this.
Yeah, that felt, especially with nobody coming through hookah,
One
it
is
makes
super
it a
low.
little tougher. You just have to fully commit if you're going to, and when it doesn't work right away, there's a pause. You don't have a secondary to think about coming from hookah. So here, that finally steps into play. They feel a little more.
Damn, they still
Sean's
commit
gonna
to
be the
this.
sentry here with 10 HP. If he goes down, somebody possibly traded. What a shot
They
there!
think to-
Does pick one up at FNS.
Yeah, they
Fast. He
still
gets
commit
back
to
right
this.
away before that
Yeah,
shot
I
comes through.
I don't
And it is
like
just
that.
a swarm of Envy members on the eco.
Like, they have
Not even
pistols.
the buys just coming in with the
And you're
classics,
choosing
little
close
bit of
range
cheese on
fights with
top, and
them.
They pick that one up for themselves.
Indeed, it's
And
gonna
you know
be
that more than likely
really
they're going to
interesting
be
to see what comes
stacked because
back
you
out
just
of
showed your
GENG,
entire
though.
team there.
Obviously, there's not really much in the way of money, but it always
Yeah,
sucks when
I
you
mean,
lose that first round and not really
they
being
deserve
able
to lose that for
spot back
sure.
and keep the pressure on. And especially, you know, now that the Stingers and Frenzies have sort of gone out of meta at least as much as it was in a previous patch, it looks like we'll see.
Remember you
Genji
said
erring
this
on
the
side
other
of
day
caution,
that
just
people don't use
playing for
the
economy,
TPs enough?
looking to perhaps pick up an AWP here, maybe
I mean, that's
even
the
a frag
situation.
and pick up
First
a
round
gun.
and second.
That's a good initial
Where the TPs could have
way
been
to start
utilized.
things off in terms
I
of
think people
split.
worry that they are gonna,
Split comes through here from Gen
they might
the work showers
use
as
it
usual at the
wrong,
same time.
so they don't use it at all.
Can you please turn Tony Stark's heart back on?
I think that's
It's
the wrong
all we
idea,
have
though,
left of
if
him.
that is the
Love
case.
you,
Just
chat.
as I say that, Finesse loses backside position.
I don't know how
That changes
Genji's getting back in
everything
this
with the wall
round,
that
but
Sean placed up.
this shit
This is
crazy.
feeling awkward now.
3 seconds for the sonar. They get a little bit of intel off of that owl drone. Oh, a little duck and shuck there as he tries to put a curveball around the corner. They get pinged out. Again, it's pausing what they want to do. Sonar dart right over the top. Locked and loaded. It's going to be Food and Crash. He's trying to make this play. The combo that came to Envy. Can
Oh
they-
my.
Arrow, dude.
Charging.
Disgusting as he cleans his plate.
That's, dude,
and Envy comes
that's
up
why
with
Food is
another
so good
one.
at Phoenix,
They're going
man.
in on ecos, but
Stop
they
saying
just
finesse.
make
That's
it
his
look
name.
He does that
and
so
hit it with
consistently,
such a
where he
bad
just
name is
goes
Finesse.
in with his
That's
flashes, his
huge.
ult.
That's a big sigh of relief, I think.
It's
for
actually
Envy.
finesse, though.
Food, as you say,
Not FNS, it's
really
finesse.
coming out with just
That arrow, dude.
ridiculously
Shot
strong play.
himself
That
right in the
one
face with
curveball,
it.
So much money made from that one. They did not look like they were going to recover it, and that was pretty much a full save coming through from GENG. So that's very encouraging, especially if you're a GENG fan and their chances to make something happen with very little. What's going to happen when they have the full guns? But with that said, in terms of talking about the full buy here, we can see Mummy is on the operator. So I'm curious to see if he's going to try to roam with this or how that's going to come into play. But for now, he's playing fairly safe, I think, on top of the APC. And that's kind of a dangerous angle. But Sean, some spray through the smoke, calling it. They realize that the all plays have been coming out, and there's a punish.
That's a good point, especially when we get this many rounds in, or it's honestly only 4. But as the frags come out, you're getting close. One orb can make a difference if you're
That was so well dealt with. That ult right there. And nice.
Still a lot of time left in this round 4. Hello. Kale finds something he does not want to fight against just yet. And Mumme with the operator.
What a wall.
He's trying to make a big impact on these.
That's some big brain shit right there.
Close quarters. Doesn't mean he's going down.
Okay, well,
that there's one, takes a shot to the back, and it's just
actual toss.
That didn't really. I don't understand. They knew the guy was you, so they decided let's not plant, but fight him when he was stuck. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
That went from a big brain wall to a like, what are you guys doing?
In the moment when they need him most.
That was an actual toss of the elo in the trash.
The trade here on Mummy was so important. Mummy going down as he tried.
I don't understand. Why did they do that? I don't understand their reasoning.
And again, it was a round where Genji
Kusta was in showers.
And food. The other issue there is.
And they had sight.
Charging up these run it backs. Really
I'm lost.
Quickly.
All right.
Yeah,
that's one of those rounds that you just overthink your hand, and you play it incorrectly when you could just play like the default way.
Yeah.
But history and features about people in a Riot game usually curses. So this is unprecedented. Food is beating the curse right now. He had a feature about him, and he's
moving on. Tac pause or tech pause? Tac.
Because he
tac.
right now is
outplay. It's just so
right now. He's the first one in the fights.
You just outplay yourself there.
Yeah, that's a frustrating round.
Shots over the shoulder. That's just how aggressive he's.
It's really as simple as just planting the bomb and then playing the post plant. But you overthink it, and like we gotta push. I mean, it's all we really can do.
A few guns in their hands to see if they can at least drop some of that money out of the hands of Envy.
All right, well, it's back to the pistols, and hey, you know, they had a really good rounds in a previous one when these pistols are out, so we'll see if they can do something similar. We do have a different setup from Envy, though. Envy are actually giving up U-Haul control this time around, so they can... They're not going to lose anything by leaving that open, and they can play the setup between heaven and showers and make sure that there's no post-plant positioning for them to worry about except U-Haul and short. If the spike even goes down, and it looks like with some of these kills that Envy might be able to deny that. You can see the
oh, nice. Oh, nice.
The opportunity, but there's opportunity being taken by Genji at the same time, finding players with utility in their
You want a TP ever? Or?
Once again, there's just something about these pistol rounds where Genji
they don't.
Opportunities.
Okay, now it was a little late. The guy's already deep.
Ooh, the TP comes in, so they know one Omen and a Razor there, seeing the uplink right quick. And the back.
It actually doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They could have had a free plant if they decided TP, because the round was lost. They weren't going to win it. That's a round you just play for the plant.
Rifles, this is not easy. Shoulder peek. Just in time. Cat and mouse game played effectively.
Of these shoulder peaks.
And I think he's at least got himself to the plant. Is that a nade over the wall? Paint shells. Here he comes.
At least he got the plant.
See you later. $300 going into the hands of Quinn and Genji. And that right there.
You just had to spend some money for the wall, which was plant money.
Yeah, definitely. It's just Raze is just such a good agent.
Actually, it's more.
The satchels and the
I don't know.
The wall's 400.
Drop of a hat.
So it's actually.
I thought the wall was 300. It's 400.
400.
Oh my god.
So he actually lost money in that engagement.
This could be the other way around, if not for Food's.
I mean, he got it for his team, like it's a net gain, but he actually lost money there.
Hopefully, not losing too much confidence or steam here, and we can see.
Oh, it's 300 now. They changed it from 400 to 300.
Okay, it's 300. Okay.
Take momentum away.
Okay, so it negated it.
They're off on the 4x once again.
I was to say 400. That's crazy.
Yeah,
it was 400.
It was. No, I know it was. I thought they changed it. Well, they did, but.
And Genji, you know, back to the usual default here. Kusta by himself, you know, towards the showers side. They're going to hear the trips get put down. Envy, meanwhile, trying to get aggressive. Short B. Forced back by the paint shells, though. So Envy have that early B long control. They can grab the orb. Yeah. And what really counts now is, you know, how do they develop into the mid round? And if Envy wants to try to make a push before that, before they make the move first.
Here, watching Mummy again.
Come on, don't give this. You have such a sick angle here.
Versatile in the weapons that he can use and still be incredibly effective. You see him on split, then switching to the jet here. He's on the Omen. He's got the operator, and he's locking down B. I see him for a second. Oh, Daddy, oh, where's he gonna teleport to? Can't make it just yet on the tail end. A Hunter's Fury's gonna miss. And GENG is trying to make their way in still. They have lost one member here. Envy still 4 ultimates to defend this site.
Kusta lurking back up short B here. Might catch the player out of the TP, and indeed, Crashies goes down. That's hookah control once again in the hands of GENG.
Great lurk by
Looking fairly good. If they
Kuster.
can get the spike planted, they'll be good to go. But it's just about finding the time to do it. And you can see Food lurking around Garden's going to be able to deal with Sean. So now, if it was difficult,
Lurks on lurks.
even more difficult now.
They're so
Maybe
stuck.
Even starting to feel impossible. Spike may have to be planted in the tube here. Kusta's having to come out of
Yeah.
hookah so he can assist
Pretty
his
difficult
teammate.
spot to
That's
be
not
in.
a good sign. Here's the TP as well, so there's additional pressure on the flank. There's so much to worry about here.
I don't know why the
So-
Raze
somehow
didn't
Kusta
TP
able to take
before,
out Food as the
but
challenge comes through. There's the showstopper out from Caboose, out from hookah.
Here comes the party.
wow.
Oh my God. Queemons able to
What?
find
Yeah,
the
I
double.
was not
That's
expecting a 4v2 to go down,
considering
but hey,
the showstopper was
he got that
on its way.
transfer.
All would guarantee
Yeah, I
Envy, but
mean,
GENG holds
I-
on by the skin of their teeth. The
Food was
keys to the line.
alone
Oh,
and got
that's that
pushed, but he
situation.
should have
Just
played a
like,
little
gotta
bit more
do it,
passive
gotta
and
do
wait
it.
for his
That
team.
rocket's coming towards me, so
He should have been the last one in, not
Just
like the last one to
choose
die,
the
not the first one
moment
to
fire,
die,
and
to make
yeah,
that round a
really
win.
kill there coming
That's
out.
pretty
Everybody
wild,
cleaning up what they
honestly.
needed to on that. And
Bro, I
GENG,
gotta
a
change
very
the
much
subject for a
needed
second. Have
round
you
in
ever
what
been
would
to
have
like a
been,
barber salon or whatever, and they
really
have to
hard
wash your
third
hair
buy
with
on
like the hot
maybe
water?
20%. Now they're able to
Dude,
have
doesn't it feel
for
so
themselves. They
good when
come
they're
in round 7 with a
massaging
bit
your
more
scalp?
confidence.
No, it makes
Sean
makes me
showstopper as he throws out the default Roomba to clear hookah.
I'm kind of like on edge, I guess.
Why?
Like I tense up, my shoulders tense. Because I have a really weird thing where I don't like when people, anyone, gets near my
They can
ears.
somehow make that successful, but
Okay, but what if they don't
look at
touch
the
your
space that
ears?
Caboose
Well, it
is
doesn't
taking.
matter. They're
It's
massaging
What about
near
the
my
top of your- what about the
top of
your
my
head?
head, sure, but once top of my head it's fine, it feels good, but once they start to get closer to the sides next to my ears, my whole body kind of tenses up.
You know what's weird is I never knew that about you. I never knew you had like a thing with your ears.
I don't know.
Falling back with the boombot sent out to cover his tracks. There is no way to trade these kills for GENG, and they are in
Well, either way, it
dire
feels really
position.
good. That's my whole
I
point.
love
I'm
that
excited
point
for
out,
that
the
to
bait
happen
you
in my
call,
head
'cause
today.
as soon as you hear it up, it instantly draws focus. Oh, we gotta take that
Wow,
out first,
Kusa just
and nobody
just
remembers to
clean.
check the corner. What a round
Oh,
for Envy
the
so
oh
far.
my
Kusa,
god, the
though,
individual
stepping
play,
out of
opening up the
smoke,
site for his
beautiful.
team.
Quick snapshot there as Mummy answers
Will it
back.
matter?
He is
It's
so
not
far
looking
been
like it.
unstoppable.
Mummy's got to play passive. He's got support from heaven. Crashes goes down. Uh-oh.
Does
Now it's totally
GMB shut him
winnable.
down? Just misses the shot there. Heads
Misses.
himself over, but he gets pinged, so they know now he's
Dead.
showers, and GMB
Oh
does
my
find a target.
god.
Food with ultimate there. Run it back.
Food
as
gets
he
spotted
doesn't
too.
need it. Tags him just a few times. 11 seconds left. He knows he has the pressure.
He's got to just push.
Can he find the
It's a
kill?
double flash.
Very late, but
He's gonna
Food
win,
just barely
dude.
finds it. Of course he does.
He's got ult too if
Getting
he wants to
everything
secure
he
it.
wants so far this game. 10 HP as he taps the spike. He knows someone's Q-hole. The confidence
You ult
is
there?
huge from Food, but this time it's
No,
too much.
I
And Mikhail
kill that
for
guy,
the
relax
day.
for a
And
second.
GENG,
I
they're
know that
coming
the
back
guy
now.
is
They're
in
taking momentum
you, and I know
away.
he's
And you
hurt
know
because
what?
you're the one that
It's
messed
in
him
the
up.
most exciting way possible.
I
It's
throw
off
that
the back of just
ability, and then I stick the
going
bomb.
either way until
You know how he
eventually
threw it on the
it's
stairs? I would have thrown it a little bit deeper, and then I would have just stuck.
Super big opening.
Because he's not gonna run through that. He's gonna die.
Everybody on GENG
Yeah, I mean, I think I go back to triple and ult. To be honest,
going down on those side takes, everybody else has to step up, and GENG's doing a great job.
I think he wins that
Envy,
round if he gets to reset his health at least to 100 HP.
Yeah, no, resetting is a good play too. I just would have probably flame wall, like flame wall from bomb into it, then use the ability, and then just stick while in the flame wall and the abilities holding the, you know what I mean?
Also,
what the?
Oh my god, also a decent play.
Yeah, big fight over this ult orb still in.
Only scary part is if Sova had darts, but I would have just played the gamble. Which is probably a bad idea, honestly, but that's I know my brain. I would have played the gamble.
The res is gonna bring back, or rather, create a situation with GENG.
The right play would have been Justin's play, but my, you know,
as they stand,
I like to
looking pretty
gamble.
good for both teams. Great pick up there from Caboose.
Everything.
Again, the ult orb still there, just sitting up, and and the battle over it just continues as Sean gets the trade eventually. 4 versus 3, and with all of that action, GENG decide that it is the time to strike here now. So much pressure.
I don't think Crashies tries to hold this.
He does though. He's got a good position. And they think he fell. Oh. Okay,
I don't like it. I think if you're Crashies, you give it. You're alone. You're gonna get traded. You have an ult. Sit and spawn. Wait for your team to kind of converge. That's what I think.
They're both actually gonna go long here. No.
They're both low, so it is winnable.
They know he's up top. Nice TP out. Keeps himself safe. Ducked inside that dark cover.
Wow.
There's not much you can do. That's always going to be a risky play.
That sucks. He got droned. He tried to hide from it. Didn't have a chance to get behind the wall.
Really encouraging. I have to say, you know, Envy are a team that have a really, really good defense, and so far GENG are going toe-to-toe with them. The GENG defaults haven't been too impressive, but it's more about just how they've managed the situations that are happening, and on top of that, they all have that clutch factor that's working out for them in the moments that were really important. And again, it feels like way more rounds could have gone their way if not for Food's amazing clutches earlier on. So this has become a game of the clutch, which is
very close.
I mean, that's
very
always
close.
Going to be something that you want to see. And back to Shower's control again to start things off here between these two teams. Neither side wants to give this up for free. Just jockeying for position. Both teams trying to get more efficient utility usage out of this. You want the other team to commit more than you do. And looks like actually Envy going to give it up for once.
There's a neat little note there. You can see
what is that cage?
Okay, one behind him. So he one trapped this round, saving a little bit each time, knowing he's not just going to put everything into utility. So they can keep that econ running. You need everything in a very tied game.
Oh, he shot right away. He could have waited. Damn. Ooh, clean by Mame though.
Oh my
that just happened so fast.
Yeah, all of those kills as he jumped out.
Like the Rays got one, got traded, he got traded, Mame gets 2 on the peak, he gets the Hunter's Fury 1, and then it's just like that happened all in like a 3 to 5 second span.
To be found. Someone needed to make the difference here. So many trades coming through, and I love what GENG
has effectively no flashes. Shouldn't just Envy hold angles. It's not that simple. It doesn't matter if there's no flashes. You're gonna be tight with your team. You're gonna be trading. So yeah, you hold an angle, you get traded.
So they're creating a timing for themselves to move and get.
Are you favorable there? No, not really.
Because Mummy ultimately comes out with an insane trio of kills.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
Flashes are good. Flashes are good, but they're not. They're not like insane.
I'm gonna see something very different here again.
Oh my!
How much can he clean up? Oh my word.
Bad timing for that, but whatever. They win the trade somehow. Oh my god, finesse. Get out of there.
He was so fast flying past.
Oh, this is the clown fiesta. And somehow we're in a 2v2 right now.
This is really interesting here as well, because we have a Hunter's Fury available, but there's also a showstopper in the hands of Caboose. So, and there's just a lot of possibilities here. Caboose.
He's not gonna win that fight. Bad gun, low HP. Yep. Oh, we saw a TP.
And we know him for playing.
There's potential. He has a wall. Oh, we stopped for orb though. Questionable.
But he's gonna pick up an orb. He's gonna go for that play onto the A side. He's actually burned a lot of time before getting the spike down, so we have to assume that there can be players already very close now. Yeah. This is going to be very tough for Win to win this one.
Is Phoenix or Raze a better overall pick? I think it depends on the map. I personally like Raze on this map. I think Raze on this map is better than a Phoenix. If you had to choose, of course. That's what I think.
You know, I gotta love the second nature hand movement.
NT, dude.
You know, you get a frag, you quick switch your gun, you go to get a safer spot. You're like, maybe I should have just stood still and healed. But he didn't really know how far Raze had gone, right? He could have been all the way up into U-Haul for all he knew. What a play there. A nice try by Quinn in a tight 2v1. Oh, always fun to watch those. We're 10 in as we hit round 11, 6-4. Envy's starting to pull away just a little bit here and give themselves some padding. And in Envy true form, they're going to be pushing mid immediately. And come
oh my god, are they kidding with that?
To start the round.
That's a great punish. Really nice positioning. Envy again trying to capitalize.
You have to wait if you're
short A is often clear at that timing of the round, but not this time. Envy though, they still have Mummy.
Did you see that, Mike?
What? The Raze dying, jumping out?
No.
Or before that?
People that push?
No, I was looking at my chat. I zoned out.
Yeah, that was.
I zoned out hard.
There you go. Envy actually threw the round right there.
Yeah, I zoned out. Sorry.
As GENG, you know, just great round from them. They really, I mean, I love the idea from Emmy to push short A like that, but the angle from GENG, just having Gremons in such a nice position.
Oh, this. Oh, yeah. I kind of like. I like half saw it.
The guy on the right went first. You have to clear from the left side of the wall to the right, and then clear the left.
They did it backwards.
Yeah, they did it backwards.
Let's wait for that and take.
I mean, or just flash it. I don't know if you're gonna commit to that. Just fucking flash it.
Again, good fraggers on both teams. No one really being left behind too much. Sean missing out on some ults for sure, being that low on the scoreboard. Could be focusing a bit more, and we'll see if he continues to have a good series like he has been here. His team obviously fragging in front of him.
All these ults.
Hard to pick it up if it's not coming to your site. 120 left onto this one, Dan. Lots to happen still, and another just spike drop. Play it out and see where the water's warmest.
Much slower pace here from both teams. Envy not really challenging too hard for showers, kind of giving it up. GENG taking control there, a little bit suspicious perhaps as well. GMD asking questions of short A, not seeing anything there either. So we will get a drone coming through from GENG up B long to gain info around Garden. So seeing nothing in Garden may suggest that it is a hookah setup. We'll have to see exactly how that information is interpreted. But we'll get pressure up A short here, looking for a reaction. Not very committed from GENG just yet. Slowly working their way forward, seeing if they can find a pick. And the action might be forced here. Caboose is going to hold on to this position. This is very dangerous right now, Riff, for GENG. They're just kind of stuck behind these choke points. They're taking it very tentatively.
Great little satchel up from Caboose to keep himself alive. That was very
interesting.
Right to showers. HP is just being dropped.
So Omen TP'd elbow.
I saw that. Yeah, I think it was just to confuse him.
And it didn't confuse him. He hung around. Crashes gets the kill on him.
10 seconds on the plant.
Win has res, so he can go get someone up.
A bit of utility to be used.
No, they're in B.
2 more ultimates here if they could get a res.
Oh yeah, both of them are in B. That sucks.
And a nice shot by Crashies to open it up. They have full health coming in with 3. This looks very possible for Envy.
Yeah,
ooh, this is not looking good for GENG this round. Oh. Oh! Oh my! Goodness.
Beautiful hold right at the end, and you know what?
On paper, it wasn't looking good, and then he owned.
I think it was
individual plays.
Oh no, sorry. There was a TP back B which kept the defenders there, and that bought so much time to just take the A site, and it forced the defenders to play retake. It forced Emmy just go for the retake here, and that bought so much time to set up in the 3v3 that it allowed GENG just better fights. So really well done to just keep the rotation at bay for as long as possible by GENG.
And depending on how you're playing it, right, there's that period of time in the last few rounds when,
especially
in a game this tight, when you get a faster rotation.
I like how there's no break in the halftime. I like that.
And that's, as you're saying, you play that little fake that you haven't been doing or setting a precedent to. 6-6. That's what we've been wanting out of this game. And again, GENG showing they do belong here in the top 8 of Valorant Masters North America as they take on #1 seed Envy in our first best of 3 series. We're on map 3 and we're on second half. Frenzies.
People really need to stop wasting their pistol bullets on the initial. It's not going to happen. Just let it raise up and then knife it or then shoot it. Something.
I don't really know why.
It happens all the time.
Just don't knife it.
It happens all the time.
We're going to keep it here towards B.
Yeah, it's always good to just cut the noise because it does create a situation where the opponents might try to do something. They are starved of info, so they might go get it. But
you can get 2 here.
Oh, through challenges.
So close.
Yep.
Did a lot of damage.
Got the damage. Got the information. GENG's already on the flank from hookah. This round's over for sure.
They try to take control of the site. They are getting gunned down left,
I was like, the fastest flank ever. There's no chance.
Again, it's kind of blowing my
I wasn't paying attention to that side of the map. I wonder if they had a push already going.
For GENG, if not for Foods having 2 insane clutches, and yet still GENG 7-6 up going into the second half. Once again, we start to wonder, you know, that whole story about GENG. Are they a team that can close these games? Because it will be an insane upset for them to get off the bat in Masters 1 if they were able to do that.
Absolutely.
Kusto with the Ares.
Give them moving forward
Steel 2.0.
Say all the practice we've put in, everything we've trained against Envy, against these teams, is a success, right? That gives us the advantage, and you know you can work off of that. That's kind of one of the best wins that you learn from. They say you learn from the loss, but when you get a win this big, it solidifies a lot for the team and the organization. Gen G looking great here as we start off round 2 of the second half, feeling good with Spectres, and they don't want to give up any free angles to a quick classic headshot here. So they're playing it safe with util until Envy presents themselves.
Just some poking and prodding once again. And we're seeing if anything will be given, but
they're gonna wait the wall out, or are they gonna knife it?
To allow for that to happen, and
I think they're gonna wait it out. It's gonna take a little bit.
Just forcing Envy to have to come to
It's gonna be low time.
And given that the weaponry.
How long does the wall last normally?
The only way that disadvantage,
like in total, if it isn't struck at all.
That is a question that I actually don't have the answer to. If I had to guess, 35, 40 seconds, but I don't know. That's a guess, truly.
Maybe it'll work out though, because they are managing to get forward onto the side here. Miguel, can he stop the block?
People are saying 40 seconds.
That's a big move, but still,
that's so long.
He can only do so much though with that help in the frenzy, and GENG convert the anti-eco. So into the first buy round now, and this
like
is
half
where,
a round.
This is where the questions, some of the questions, the big questions, will be answered.
Yeah.
This was where that first gun round where we did see Icebox
didn't lose too much money there for GENG.
Little
Little bonus.
They brought it 10-2, and this time they have the.
If they win this bonus, which I don't think they will, but if they do,
momentum, and it looks like they're coming into this one big on.
It's gonna be rough.
Ares, Spectre, a few buckies.
I need to get some coffee for this next match.
Yeah. Come into this round 15, and where's it gonna be? Win wants to get up close, an early wall, so they don't have to worry about too much. I like doing that. Take a few things off your plate. Allow your focus to be with someone else. Power in numbers, as I always say. And a quick wall allow you to do that to start things off.
And Envy, you know, we talked about previously, they're a team that can pressure everything, and that's something that they will go to sometimes. And
that is so ballsy for Envy. A solo showers control.
Options that they can go to, so you never quite. It's hard to place them.
Not a huge fan,
and so
but
carries risk.
they got the control.
You might make if you're pushing the extremities of defenders. You never know what's going to be happening there. So we'll see now in the mid round that Envy are coming into this A split, and the majority of the defense.
Oh, so close.
So we'll see if they can hold on to this against what is about to come their way.
That's got tagged up in the back. Oh my god, Sean gets the dude, he's going for gold right there.
If he got it, it would have been so good. Don't peek. Jesus. Oh my god.
Yeah. You have the bomb, you have blaster showers.
He had a smoke. He could have used it.
He could have also faked the TP.
He could have. He had time to do. He had to have time to do something, but he kind of like froze.
Yeah, he froze up.
You literally saw him mentally freeze.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
So that there is definitely a lot of scary things. Well, you know what, Crashies, he might just make this very anticlimactic. That's a very strong.
I mean, honestly, it's
right off the bat. He's not done.
They won the round, but like, I mean, that was just a bonus for GENG. It took 3 guns off the table. That's still a win in their books.
Yeah, but they were set up so well. Like, if GMD played that right, that would have been. That would have been significantly better.
100% GENG should have won that round. But
any consideration, really,
GMD kind of like froze, like
took them right out.
Like we said.
I feel like they could have played that a little better, at least.
Could have definitely delayed
to get across it, or they had more time.
At the very least,
get into the site fast, keeping one watching that spawn area. So, more power to Envy. They're figuring out how to get these rounds back here. Once
also, Sean kind of a little bit too aggressive there. He was feeling it though.
A different spot for GMD. Wasn't able to get a quick shot.
I like the push because he had the Bucky.
Yeah, but he could have held that angle still, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's a winning fight for a Bucky, and then his teammate can watch the showers push out.
We'll see how this affects the round.
He didn't have to do
I
it,
really
is what
like
I'm
the
saying.
opening defensive setup from GENG, but we'll talk about more about that later on.
Oh my goodness.
Going to come out and for both teams, it's all over the place. Who is on top after this?
Okay. So many tags.
He's going to use that space to go forward to get another kill off the run it back, and that's going to create a very
This flank fight's so important. The Raze versus the Phoenix.
This is a difficult one. They'll have to find something
and Envy won the round. You guys should just save.
If Sean picks something up there,
And they're not gonna save because they have res, I guess.
I think saving wouldn't be a bad decision in this spot. But you can see GENG are confident. They're seeing if they can get
Questioning it, maybe.
But the longer it takes to get that first kill,
no, it looks like they're going for it.
The harder it becomes. And a great two-man
Oh,
setup
now
is
you're gonna
that's
save.
gonna
Okay.
completely shut this down. And there might be a potential that they were going for this rift because
Just save, boys. Come on.
At the same time, it's that was always going to be
They were
extremely
so 50-50 right there. They just didn't. They were so lost. Both of them were like thinking two different things.
And why is Twin not running away? Like, what the hell?
And it comes up for another
literally just commit to getting out of there. Why do you want that kill? You already have res.
They lost 2 and then won the next 10 on the round, or the half. Is Envy about to put that up now? They are going to be up against Eco of Gen.
Finesse with the Galaxy Brain, but his score looking a little rough right now.
Yeah, he doesn't have the fragging potential right now.
This is his round right here, baby.
There's one.
Get those.
Finds a kill. He's going to see 2.
Oh.
And Mikhail
Finesse. Well, first you gotta hold your mouse, and then you gotta click on him.
Over to B.
Yeah, the delay here with the wall could actually be quite a problem. Right now, Envy, they actually need
I thought that was his round to get that, like, get himself hyped up, you know?
And although the guns aren't great here for GENG, this is a problem. Really nice setup, though. The frenzy not quite hitting as they needed it to. And so it looks like the danger has been averted for now for Envy, and the spike will go down. So
I don't know, dude. I think this is a save.
Good to go, but Mikhail looking to cause some problems. We'll try to do some damage here. Oh, that's tough, isn't it? Never like to see that, especially how wall bangable the walls are around this position. It's pretty impossible here for Mikhail. Looking to find out 1 kill.
He's not gonna get one. He's gonna get spammed and die.
They're not letting him even blink or
breathe. Are you even going for this?
I don't know. I would have been. I would have been on the other side of the map right now.
May be able to hit a.
He's trying to keep them there. I don't understand.
Oh, that's gonna.
Yeah, good job.
Soon,
I think he was trying to keep them there, but you're not gonna be able to do that from hookah. I mean, you won't be able to do that at all from any side of the map. In a 1v3.
So looks like
and 27 HP.
Not like if you're spawn, you won't be able to do it. If you're elbow, you won't be able to do it. If you're garden, you won't be able to do it. There's too many exits.
Yeah, they could just leave through Octa.
There's too many exits for you to try to hold them in.
Expect them to maybe try something else if they have any particular defensive setups. And already on the defensive setup, they're opting to play 3B in 2 showers, which I think is a really good approach.
It's all right. You know, it's okay.
I mean, that's 3 guns they've thrown away when they could have saved them. All I'm saying.
It's a lot of money.
Yep. It adds up.
Pretty active. And there is a showstopper here.
Sean,
if he
you're alone here, kind of. Cypher's not. Is he going to trade with you?
I think he's trying to bait them to ult them.
He knows it's a phantom on the other side, so he's trying to play it. Oh, just do it! No,
he's gonna get a freebie because
wow, dude, he spammed him.
Yeah.
Pushing up through that mid-area.
That's so. Honestly, man, that's just lucky.
Yep.
I think that's just a lucky set of kills.
Almost lost the fight too.
That's a lucky set of kills for GENG. I wouldn't sweat it if I was Envy.
A nice little stack here coming out of showers is going to try to give GENG the advantage, but things have now slowed down with members dropping everywhere.
Yeah, the showers players are really key because they won't have U-Haul control.
I just give them the site. Like, I don't even play in Kusta's. Okay, well, they're just going to run anyways.
It's going to slow them down from it. Well,
good TP.
Slow them down even at all, I don't think. Not even like a millisecond.
It's a plant.
Never mind that, but it will be a quick switch up.
GENG is picking up guns, getting a res. That's a good res.
5v3 retake. GENG should win this, but they're going all 5 spawn. Holy.
They're fighting on site, too.
All right, res came through. GENG looking a little
they're
bit
playing like retake.
Yeah, they're gonna play to try to mess them up on these fights.
Yeah. The boost is gonna be pretty.
Well, you can't play retake against a 3v5. You have to bring the fight to them. You just have to.
And that's the perfect time to take the chance. Bumby comes out with the paranoia, but it's not gonna be enough. GENG finds
so
And is it going to be enough
If-
time as long as Win doesn't slip and cut the wrong wire?
IMO, they all fight spawn there.
They kind of were, but I think the guy Elbow didn't get a kill.
No, he didn't, and I think Mame got 2.
Yeah, if
But
Caboose
Finesse wasn't in a
gets,
position to help Mame or Caboose, he was on like the default spot.
Yeah.
Both teams buying up. Both teams pretty shaky in the economy. Genji a
So-
little bit more worse for wear in that sense, but
they almost got the trades.
We're gonna
Almost.
see, I would imagine something slightly different.
I mean,
in
they
terms of
shouldn't win that
pacing around
situation
the
anyway.
Yeah, there's
so-
no way they really win a 3v5, but
around short A. That's not come out just yet though. But not having
Gave it a
first
shot.
Hopper, obviously, Sean's not going to be looking maybe as aggressively by himself for action around showers. So
Still nice try.
the typical default from both sides. You could control here for Genji as well. Envy slowing the pace down a lot. They're just sitting in position right now and just working showers as they have every round.
I love it. The double util. Camera, camera,
Did he
sonar.
just get
Oh,
spammed?
bam! How does your
Did,
face
right in the head.
That is
Unlucky.
interesting to be coming through. Doesn't do too much.
Ooh.
Brings him just about to half there. I shouldn't say too much. Does quite a bit. Tears that armor off and does half. So they have to be careful now coming from showers. Probably heard that on the other end. And this
I didn't like that wall. He should have done it
so fast on
left to right, not in the doorway, because they're just gonna break it instantly.
Awesome to see each time how much he has honed that
Yeah, I
skill.
mean, he got
And
caught with
we
his fucking
do have
dick
a
in his
few
hand.
ults around the board here. Remember,
I mean, I don't
Genji
like the
solo
idea of
is
playing
up.
solo hookah.
See if Mikhail can-
When you're on
Who did he
B,
have there? He had
Sova.
Sova. but where
Genji's
was
been
he
doing
when
good
that happened?
stalling these
I think he was
rounds.
guard.
just
I think he was
backside?
guard and jump spotting.
Guard.
Oh, and Mummy, that's a huge TP there. Straight to
my.
1-7. They know he's there.
Wow,
With a
Sean's
great
good.
double. That's
Yeah.
a
Shot's
massive
clean.
play again. Hunter's Fury now coming
He's like one of their
through.
better
Mikhail's trying to
statistical
slow things
players
down,
too.
and he's going to have a lot to work with. He knows surely the Mummy's coming for him, and he's going to take the fight. Mummy's going to win.
Kusta should be the security person of this round. Uh-oh. Wait, Kusta moved. Oh, no.
In the round with that genius TP, just finding every single timing makes the difference.
Kusta was in back right, and he would have traded that. Wow, that. But the guy pushed spawn, so he moved.
Round.
So many good frags coming.
That was a good ult and spawn from GMD.
Sean's gonna just clean up around. He's
I don't
making
really know how they
frags now
lost
as he's
that,
been
though.
presented with them, and then on the other side,
Well,
and
They were in
two
such a
two
position to
reasons.
win.
GMD went spawn and got the kill
ults ready
spawn,
as well. I mean,
and then
Mummy's
as he
set.
got that
You don't
kill,
really need the Omen one, so these
Mame
must be a lot of
tried to
rounds
throw
strung
smoke
together. If
to
no
help his
ults
other
are used
teammate
by
spawn,
enemy
so
to
he
take
turned
it where
around
they
and he was
are
in front of
using
you,
the
and then the
ultimate
guy
from
peeked
range
sight
to show
and
stop
shot him
for
with
one
his
round.
smoke
The
out.
Sova ultimate to secure another.
Shoot.
It becomes difficult, especially when you're pressured into the final rounds.
That was scary. Sitting in the dark cover, trying to catch Mummy, and he actually did. But unfortunately, not quick enough to the frag. 4
Got a
versus
shorty just under
5.
window there.
Yeah.
Creeping around.
Oh man, we've all fallen to that.
Oh, sorry, I had it backwards. I had the omens backwards. I'm sorry.
I mean, I kind of understood.
Yeah,
what you were saying
yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, I had the omens backwards.
Because you can see they are so
But it's the play still made
getting
sense. I just
information, they're getting,
twisted the two names.
getting utility exhausted by the opponents as well by just pressuring things.
It's confusing having the same characters in play.
Looking good for the plant.
Close. FNS able to take down Sean there. A lot of util coming in the correct
Damn.
spot. Showstopper is up. for
honestly,
Caboose,
it
but
looked
he's gonna
like
make it
Genji
work.
had
Like I said,
control
they
this
don't have to use
map
too many ults here.
quite
Feels
some
pretty
time,
good.
in my
Caboose does
opinion.
fall. Not a problem. As Win with the shorty transferring over.
But Envy
from
just
Hookah
these last
here
few
to see what he
rounds.
can get on any exits, and you don't see too many people exiting here unless you're hunting. I don't think any hunting needs to be done. They're looking to keep all the weapons in their hands here. So Envy coming on to bind, feeling warmed up, still being pressured super hard by Genji, coming off a great Icebox showing that they were able to come out on. Definitely didn't expect to see Icebox as a second map within this best of series, somewhere in it, but maybe first. And we've had both teams winning each other's picks here, so it'll be interesting to see who finalizes this one, as Envy is just 2 away from doing that.
Yeah, signs look really good for them, and the chances are diminishing indeed for Gen G. But back on the buy-in, I mean,
dude, this is like a big round, but at the same time, even if GENG wins this round, they don't break their money. So it really does look like Envy's gonna have gun rounds till the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean the last
GENG would have to win 2 straight, which is possible. It's just gonna be tough.
So they're denying you
I
information.
think they kept 3 alive and 3 alive, so like the rebuys were easy.
Like if I just look at the economy, I see Envy winning. But that's just the economy. I mean, now, okay. That's definitely winning now.
Word on the street is that you have a fat cup. Also, would you ever consider going
runs
pro
it back
now?
and gets one?
No.
And he just gets a
I'm never
fucking
going pro
tag
again.
That feels so
And that's a wrap on the round, just like that.
Hoping to put the pressure on.
Because of 2 ults.
Put you against game point and you lose 2 immediately. It's exactly what you need to do. The type of pressure you need.
Surprised the Sage went for the fight on the Phoenix.
Spamming through smokes at the initial strat
Didn't
work.
slow it, didn't wall it or whatever.
They had that set in their mind and they executed right out of the gate.
Oh, I just
So
got
they have
caught.
2 more ults left too. So this could easily be a showstopper at round 12 if they need it. GENG in a 5v3.
Never, ever?
And they are going
By the time I even consider, like, oh, yeah, you know, maybe it'd be fun to go pro, I'm going to be ancient. I'll be like 30 years old when that happens. I mean, I honestly think I could still do it even if I was 30. But would I want to at that point? No. Kick back and just feet up and chill, you know?
So ultimate advantage seems to be with Envy. We'll see. We'll get a better look as to how progress is there for GENG in a moment, but for now, it's certainly looking like a very.
I wouldn't want to say never ever. Okay, I don't want to say that.
That's it. Just one more.
But very, 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 very unlikely. I am way too comfortable in my current space and my current, situation that I'm in.
I think this would be a good time to mention that.
To change that?
What is this? Challengers 2?
No way.
North America's Challengers 2. Bind for Envy. 7 wins, 0 losses, 100%. 41 round wins, 13 round losses. It's going to be hard to take Envy down on this map, no matter who you are. And damn it, GENG's coming real close. 3 rounds away from tying this.
Are you baiting your chat right now?
No, somebody asked if I would go pro, and I said never. And then they said never, ever. And I was like, okay, well, not never. That's a bad choice of words. Like, you never know. But very, 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 very unlikely.
Yeah, Mike's not kind of a never ever kind of guy.
And they got quite a bit of time as
never's a strong word.
Showstoppers up for Raze. Caboose still has
Yo man, so what's up with your ears?
What the heck?
So basically it's debate, but
like
a
donation, not ears.
Debate.
Now that full information
or 99.
Through, Caboose there with the showstopper trying to punish. Big frag from GENG.
Dude, hello? What's happening right now? This guy has a nade just in his face.
He was trying to go for more.
Yep.
It's not. Oh, it's not over yet. They're still in it.
Clean retake. Shots all hit.
For GENG at the start of the round, losing Sean, the neural theft coming through. It can't look much worse than that, but they recover somehow.
Honestly, getting in there as soon as possible, the U-Haul take was pivotal. As soon as you have that back, you're making the opponent sweat, and that's exactly where all the pressure and impact play came from on this round. Doubling up with one coming from spawn there, as you can see.
I think a lot of you guys think the difference between like pro and what I do is a situation of money, but I just actually don't want to go pro. Like I don't, that lifestyle, I've lived it, and it's not for me.
It could be helpful for info grab for Gamond and Kusta. We'll see what happens.
So we can see the spike has dropped outside the market at the moment, so a slower approach for sure by...
Does Envy end it here or no? Thoughts?
By the cam, that's going to force him back.
It's just like Hiko. Hiko could go, he could go full-time stream life and make 10 times more money. Does he care about the money? No. His lifestyle, he wants to go pro. He wants to compete. He's a competitor, you know?
They're moving towards B at the moment, so they've managed to trick out the rotations to give themselves an advantage attacking into B.
Sad, dude.
You're always hoping. You're like, come on, disappear, disappear. Don't have the range.
I don't know how many donut walls I can take in one stream, honestly.
Did I donut wall you? I'm sorry, I was talking.
Phantom here. He just keeps crushing it.
It's okay, it happens. Oh my goodness, the pre-fire.
All this just for Envy to win the bag.
loving the chaos. I said it before.
Secured.
Yep, bag secured.
That opportunity.
Envy secured.
Open up the door through just flying around the site. 12 to 10 here. 5v3 looking grim. Dan as Gen G try the retake.
Pretty unlikely W here.
It's going to come through right now. There it is, but it's denied.
Showstopper gets shut down. He jumps through the smoke with a classic. Dead.
Ooh.
Elbow. Taps him out. Taps almost him out. And he dead. And he gets knifed to end the game.
What a way to end it, dude. That's hilarious.
Actual BM.
Oh my god.